I guess the fear is that what was going to happen is what happens in things like the Bo Black stress story.
Really interesting. I like that we are putting the Bo Black stress story right next to a story of a girl having her boundaries violated non-consensually by some degenerate sending pictures that he took of her to another girl to rizz her up. And then a couple of weird freaks deciding to go behind the scenes, extract as much information out of this topic in an attempt to make it mainstream for attention for them, despite the fact that this girl wants to try to handle it in her own way, with the moral justification of being like, well, I don't know if I want to come forward with it because it might really upset her and make her want to take her life. Then fabricate a scenario where actually she's a bad person, she's just trying to extort money from Destiny, so I can come forward with the story, even though that's not true. And what are these guys talking about, dude? What is happening here? We're doing too much yapping. We're done. We're starting the segment. Enough. All right. Listen, this is a little follow-up. Apparently, WillyMac got some hate on his video where he, called out Destiny. It was a nice, well put together. It focused a little bit more on the other bad guys, that Dr. President, Mr. Sunday. What am I saying? President Sunday. What is wrong with me? President Sunday. Which these guys are total gross weirdos. Ryan Beard's video was great. It focused very heavily on Destiny, or exclusively on Destiny. WillyMac just went in a different direction. Still criticized Destiny, but he was also criticizing other people, which I think is fair. So, but let's see. I guess these guys didn't like his review. Blah 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 blah. Let's just go.
Idea that people hadn't figured this out right from the off. I don't think is fair.
Hey Willie, can you hear us?
What the hell?
Okay, I think it's getting set up or something. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm kind of waiting for Willie's, because I'm mostly on the side, like, I get sort of where you guys are coming from with releasing the video. So I think Willie's probably better to represent the other side than I am, and I'll try and step back a little bit, because I don't want to...
Yeah, listen, hey.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Willard. Hey, baby. Dude, it's going to almost be... I'm going to tell you, it's going to be impossible for me to dislike WillyMac. He's my boy. He's the king. If I wasn't such a fat piece of shit, I'd go put the WillyMac hat on, but I don't want to get up. Just going to be real with you, dude.
Yeah, I agree that it was coming out, but the big problem I have with your guys' videos, well, Sunday's video more so than yours, Beckett.
Well, wasn't the video? I'm assuming they're talking about the video coming out. So, like, just the TLDR, Destiny's a gross pig fuck that doesn't have any moral standing, where he would send videos and pictures that he took of other girls while he was sleeping with them. He took the pictures consensually to other girls to hit on them, right? And there probably are times where he... I wouldn't doubt that there would be times where he took them non-consensually as well, did the same thing. But that person's Discord got leaked, this 19-year-old e-girl. One of the girls, her name was Pixie, for her online name, had her stuff leaked. She was upset about it. She wanted Destiny to, she confronted Destiny about it. Really, Destiny's friends that tried to sweep for him. Destiny didn't seem to care very much. So she's like, all right, I want to hit him where the only thing that he'll care about, and that's his wallet. And she wanted him to give a bunch of money to charity, and then so she decided to move forward and sue. In the background, specifically that President Sunday guy, and I think it was another guy. Maybe it was this Beckett guy. I don't really know that they're talking to. He might be part of the conversation, I think. Might be right about that. You guys correct me. You guys are a little more terminally online than me. They came forward in the grossest way about this thing and didn't really give her the privacy to deal with it the way that she wanted to do in her own time. And then the spin they put on it was crazy. That President Sunday guy blaming her. Oh, she's just trying to extort Destiny with money. Extort my balls. Extort my ball sack. You stupid fuck. Bro, here's my thing. If somebody does something that hurts my feelings, money will make me feel better. Is this a hot take? Because if it is, then you probably don't belong here because you're an idiot that doesn't understand how life works, right? She didn't just have her nudes leaked. She had her nudes leaked to a big streamer. Was the cause of it. Was a big part of the cause of it. If you want to be a big content creator, boy, you got to act more responsible. That shit happens. Yeah. Now her shit was signal boosted more than it ever would have been seen. If it was just a couple friends that are like, oh, look at her stuff, that's still gross and wrong. But you're a big streamer. She wants some money to feel better about herself. Good. I wouldn't care. But she didn't. She wanted to go to charity. She should have been one that said, I want money. Give me $100,000 because I'm for my pain and suffering. Pain is absolutely. That'll make my pain and suffering feel good or better. So I'm tired of this virtue signal from these fucking weirdos like President Sunday. Oh, you want to extort for money? Shut the fuck up, pussy, dude. Bro, getting money will make you feel better about your problems. That's coming from somebody who worked a real job for a while. I'm assuming that guy doesn't. I don't know what the fuck he does, but
is that he just completely slanders Pixie. He assumes that she takes the bribe to stay silent and
bro, it ain't no bribe, doggy.
Endangers all future victims. which is obviously the main criticism there. And then this thing being viral on Kiwi or being like big and being out, that's like your guys' little like DGG off circle and Kiwi Farms. That's completely different than it being like mainstream on Twitter. Everybody talking about Pixie.
People were under Pixie's tweets posting about it, right?
Yeah, but how many people? If you go to her most viewed tweet with the most comments, is it at most 8 people?
I mean, it's gonna be almost impossible for me to find anything.
No, I know, but it wasn't that big because most people, like, she's talking in the DMs with
Yeah, right. So this situation signal boosted the fuck out of it. That's the claim. Yeah, makes perfect sense, man.
Destiny, and she's saying, if my parents find out about it, her parents are not on Kiwi Farms. Her
True.
parents are on fucking the broader internet, like most people, right? Just because someone's on Kiwi.
Yeah, dad's probably on Jerkmate, Sam. You know what I mean? Did you guys know that they released rankings for Jerkmate? You guys shouldn't even bother trying though, because I'm already rank 1 Grandmaster.
I agree that it was
everybody's talking about
just
it.
Kiwi Farms initially, but you recognize that once there's a bad Empanada video made, once Hassan's watching that on stream, now it's reaching a breaking point, right? So that was before the videos came out, and that was sort of what we're talking about when we said
Bro, do they even know that that these other videos were coming out? These guys were like the kingpins pushing behind the scenes to extract as much information as they possibly could. What are you talking about? And the way they handled it was like gross. Specifically that other guy.
Like the impetus.
Well, no, but you guys are then excusing these videos coming out where they don't.
Didn't this fucking redheaded dude apologize to WillyMac in WillyMac's video? He's like, yeah, that was shitty the way I did it.
Even reach out to like clarify comments before slandering the victim and saying she took hush money.
Okay, well, I understand that there's a problem with slandering the victim, but I feel like you're kind of baking two things in together there. Do you think
both things do matter?
Okay,
Yeah.
well, is not reaching out to the victim bad on its own, like always bad, or is it bad because of the slandering that happened later?
Well, if they reached out
The entire process of the way this thing went was the problem.
to the victim, they probably wouldn't slander her.
So
right?
if you reach out to someone and say, hey, did you extort this person? And then you have DMs that
Who's talking about extorting?
you to the conclusion that they extorted.
You should just
Let me lay this out for you 1 second.
So, lay it out.
You believe someone is extorting someone else. Person A is extorting person B, and you have DMs to evidence this that have led you to this conclusion. You reach out to person A and you say, hey, are you extorting person B? And they say, oh, no, I'm not extorting person B. That's not my intention at all. But you don't provide any more evidence.
Dude, the evidence Sunday had was a single tweet that said she was taking the LSAT.
I don't make a statement.
What I find so crazy about this is that some of these people just have no business in engaging at all with any controversy. Bro, it's like I genuinely question if any of these people have ever worked a meaningful job. Because if you read any information about Pixie, the one who, you know, had her nudes signal boosted to the entire internet because of Destiny's disgusting behavior, if you worked a real job, you'd know that, like, oh, you know what? Money does make you feel better. And she didn't even ask for money for herself. She asked for money for charity. But if she wanted money to make herself feel better, yeah, money makes you feel better. Is this a hot take? Like, what do we live in? Like, it's like we live in virtue signal land where it's like anytime like money's involved, if you take it, you're a bad guy. Dude, we do content for money. If you think anytime you take money for something that you're bad, then you're bad. I don't understand. I'm taking the money, dude. If somebody wrongs me like that, I'm taking money. I'm going to feel better about it. I'm going to wipe my tears with $100 bills. Grow up. Like, I don't understand.
On what the evidence Sunday had was, I'm simply
this is the
interrogating your standing.
conversation.
Yeah, I'm interrogating your standing because you're taking positions. I'm interrogating what the position actually is.
So you don't want to talk about the actual subject
we
matter
can get there,
of why I said what I'm
trying
saying?
to ask you what your position is on it. I'm trying to get to engage with like the idea behind it.
Bro, this is so like weird debatey.
Just the evidence that's shown. So when they reach out to Pixie, should their conclusion?
This is why we needed to never close Blockbuster, because now these dudes don't have anywhere to go to like work real jobs. You know what I mean? Now these guys don't know where to go to work a real job.
Can be changed by just Pixie saying, no, that was my intention.
You should ask for the full context of the DMs and say, hey, did you get paid? Because the conclusion Sunday has is here's evidence that she's getting paid, or that she was looking for money to extort Destiny. Dude, the full story matters. You're trying to cut it off early because you know you're wrong.
Going step by step.
Bro, she was wrong. It's not even an extortion.
It's obviously you have to reach out to figure out the full story.
I'm going step by step with you here. So
you are going step by step because you're cutting it off halfway through. You're cutting off half the information.
I don't know why you're getting so defensive about this, Willie.
Dude, this guy's so weird. Yeah, what the fuck? This little VTuber guy is very strange. He's engages in very strange behavior. I don't know, man. You know, it's so fucking online. It's just a weird, like, debatey behavior.
Look, we can put that bit to the side, okay? So the extortion thing wouldn't have been changed by comment. So now we're talking about the paid off thing.
Why would it not be changed? It's the whole thing.
You didn't seem to. Okay.
This conversation could be 5 minutes.
You didn't seem to contest it just then. So how would their perception of the extortion thing have been changed? No, because you're talking about now the paid off part. The paid off part.
Dude, that is part of the extortion.
Yeah, but
What?
the extortion,
That is all tied
okay, but
together,
the
you realize that,
extortion
right?
can still be true.
What is she extorting him for?
Okay,
Money.
The attempt
And
to
then he says she's paid
Willy,
off. That's the same thing.
Willy,
It's all connected,
the attempt to extort can be
What does extort mean to them? Because extortion to me is, okay, hold on. I'm just going to read the definition. The practice of obtaining something, especially money, through force or threats. This wouldn't be extortion. Not to me. This would be justice. Somebody like has all your nudes leaked because of their irresponsibility and they're a big content creator, so it's going to get signal boosted. Yeah, I think that you deserve compensation. Okay. Or at the very least, it's not it's not something that's extortion. Like, that's fucking crazy. I just find that so fucking bizarre.
Just keep talking. Is this the fucking...
One of the biggest problems I have with this video, by the way, is that they haven't left the mega homies on. Papa Gut would have been there. That's what needs to be in there.
You listening to what I'm saying?
You aren't engaging in anything.
I am engaging. The attempt to extort can be true, but the paid off part could be false. So like, I'm going one claim at a time. So attempt to extort off the table. Now we're talking about the paid off part. So I agree with you.
Where is the attempt to extort?
Well, that's what Sunday's believing. That's part of the narrative. That's part of the slandering that's being accused, right? Is that Sunday believed? That
yeah.
He was attempting
The attempt to extort is him saying, here are DMs. I believe it is extortion because I talked to a lawyer, which he completely lied about.
That's crazy. Maybe his brother-in-law is a Jewish or something.
It's not true. He did not talk to any lawyer. Okay?
I don't think it matters whether he spoke to law or not.
Well, I think that it really boils down to President Sunday's opinion is wrong and stupid. And he's a dumb, wrong, stupid person.
Entirely matters, because if you're accusing someone of extortion, you should probably know what the fuck you're talking about and getting a professional opinion.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. My point is that some unnamed lawyer is worthless whether he spoke to them or not. Like that shouldn't.
No, it's not. Getting an on the record lawyer is worth doing.
Yeah, yeah. On the record, like or paid to give advice. Yeah, that would be good. But Sunday,
okay, so you agree him? Hold on. You agree with him just lying about it then? That matters, right?
Just lying about which part?
What are we?
What do you lie about?
The part where he talked to a lawyer, because he didn't. He was the guy had a bad opinion about the topic, and he used his pretend concept that he went to a lawyer to over-validate it. Like, yeah, he's just a big stinky little bitch, you know.
The fucking conversation. This is crazy, bro.
I don't care whether he actually spoke. Listen, Willy, stop coming off. I don't care if he spoke to an actual.
What are we talking about?
You do. I was just speaking. You just cut me off right there. What are you on about?
I know. Keep going.
Okay. So,
bro, I wonder if these guys like understand that this makes it very difficult for anybody to ever want to like interact with you. Like, it's just like I feel like this way some of these people talk to other people. Like, it must have been very normal to do back in the day to like debate everybody on everything, you know. But I feel like nowadays people are just trying to chill and they're trying to be normal and they're just trying to have normal ass conversations, and it's just so off. But I don't even know who this guy is. I think maybe I reacted to a video of his before. I don't really remember. I remember the cigarette in the little picture's mouth. But it's just like, why would anybody want to like chat with you if you're gonna talk like a debate, bro?
I don't care if Sunday spoke to an actual lawyer or not, because a comment from an unnamed lawyer is worthless anyway. So it doesn't add any weight to his claim for me, because I don't care if he spoke to a fucking lawyer, because it's an unnamed lawyer who has no obligation to give any decent statement on it. So it's it's a layman interpretation either way.
Sunday's entire point of coming out with the video is that, well, he's talking to Nick and he's saying, I can't come out with this video because otherwise I'm going to get blamed for Pixie killing herself, right? Because I don't want Pixie to kill herself. I can't do that. That would be psychotic. I would be a psycho.
Yes.
That's true. That's very true. But then he come out with it anyway?
I came out with this video.
Yes.
And then he goes, well, she's extorting Destiny, so now it's game, and I'm totally okay to come out with this video.
Yeah, it sounds like basically he had a wrong, dumb opinion on the topic, just so that he could justify coming out with a story that he really had no business in exposing in the first place. Because this girl, even though she was wrong, and Destiny's a disgusting animal, she should have been able to handle it exactly how she wanted to, and you know, that's it. And if your argument is like, oh, it's gonna come out anyway, so wait for it to come out and then talk about it afterwards in the more responsible way. Like, this is like such a normal, like, this is so ridiculous. This is even like a debate that we're even having this debate. That WillyMac is even being pushed into this corner is so strange.
So it's the entire justification. So yes, it does matter.
Wait, what are you saying matters now? Whether the extortion claim is true, I agree with you. That part matters. I don't think it matters whether he actually spoke to a lawyer or not, because the comment from a lawyer doesn't matter. That's what I was saying.
Sunday lying about why he thinks it's extortion matters, because it's the whole reason he came out with the video.
But he has a line of logic for why he thinks it's extortion that doesn't rely on...
His line of logic is him lying,
exactly.
Bro.
So
you realize that, right?
The line of I spoke to a lawyer is not part of a line of logic. That's just a claim of something that he did. Okay. My point is...
Yeah, but if you're willing to lie about things like every step of the way, that contributes to your character.
For him to verify the extortion, which is part of his line of logic, is him lying about it. He doesn't care whether it's extortion or not. He just wants to come out with the video.
I agree.
And he's lying.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. He just wants to come out with the video. I agree.
Oh, so then what the hell is this debate about?
He just wants to come out with the video. Okay. I'm not sitting here saying Sunday's doing an altruistic thing here. That's not why I'm arguing to you.
Well, you're bringing
And what's his argument?
up like extortion. It's like you completely don't understand the argument at all. It's insane.
Okay.
Like you have no idea.
Educate me then, WillyMac. I haven't been covering this for the last like fucking 3 weeks extensively, every single angle of it, arguing with a bunch of different people about it.
Is that something to brag about? Also, what? Is that even something to brag about? Listen, it's cool if you watch something or cover it, but you're giving your interpretation on it. So regardless of how much you've been covering it, doesn't mean that you have a proper interpretation of what's going on, right? You understand this?
Super clear.
Okay, what am I missing? Just lay out.
You're missing that the reason the extortion argument matters isn't that whether he thinks it's extortion, or it does matter whether he thinks it's extortion or not. He's completely made up whether he's completely made up like his justification for coming out with the video.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're saying that he's fabricated the claim of extortion as a pretense.
He's fabricated the claim after he said very clearly, because like your whole saying is like, oh well, this is all going to come out anyway, or this is already out. No, right? That's like
these are two separate things. Okay. What? So my point.
I don't understand this whole thing. Like, it's one story, dude. I get you.
Well, so this is a common debate tactics against failed middle school debate board bros. What they'll try to do is they'll take a topic and they'll try to cut it into different pieces, so that they feel like if they can win on the individual pieces, then they can win the conversation. That's literally it. All of it does matter. It's very clear what's going on here. President Sunday is he's terminally online. He's a shitty piece of shit. He's a shitty guy. If he was fuckable, he'd probably do the same disgusting shit Destiny would do. Let's just be real. All right. And he was wrong for the way he talked about it, and he lied about his justifications, and he turned the victim into some kind of evil person in his own narrative just so he could push it. That's really what it comes down to. It's not really a hot take here.
Like,
okay, you can just say you can keep saying it's one story. It's one story again and again, but you're staking multiple positions that I'm trying to pick apart here. You're saying reach out to the victim. Okay, go for it.
My one position is you cannot come out with this video until you reach out to the victim and confirm the secondhand information you're getting, right? You can't do that. That's
my position is that if you're stupid, you probably shouldn't do commentary. So
any sense, because you're going to get stuff wrong because you do not know the full story.
Just for my sake, which parts are the secondhand information to you?
Well, the fact that she is taking hush money and you're entirely basing it off of a fucking tweet in combination with secondhand DMs you're getting, saying like she asked for $1 million.
Okay, so if you're saying
which wasn't even true, by the way.
So so if you're saying that to run the part of the story where Sunday claims that there is extortion, a payoff, and it's all to do with this law school and all this little
and that she took the money and that she's putting future victims in danger. Yes,
all this second part of the story that comes after the leak, after the actual act, all that second part, the speculation stuff. If you're saying that he has to reach out before running something like that, I totally agree. The point I'm
what are you arguing with?
The point I'm trying, because you keep saying, you repeatedly state both in your video and on this stream, coming out with stuff like this before reaching out to a video, before reaching out to the victim. That's not. That can mean a lot of different things. That can apply to the first part, where we're just talking about the act, the leak, the stuff that was essentially public beforehand, versus the stuff that's circling behind the scenes.
Well, I think we've already established it wasn't necessarily public at this point. It was on like Kiwi Farms that nobody gives a fuck about.
With extortion, with the negotiations, these are two.
And it's a very low chance that her family is going to see Kiwi Farms shit.
From parts of the story. One of them, I believe.
What is the part that you think it's okay to come out with? Just say that.
I believe it's okay to talk about the leak and to make assessments on whether you think it was consensual or not, based on circumstantial information. I think.
Okay, I mean, I guess you could do that, but he created this weird moral bullshit in his head where he's like, I can't come forward with it because I don't want to upset her, and then he decided to lie about her intentions to try to extort money. I don't really understand what's happening right now. This is just so strange.
I think talking about the leak that happened on Kiwi
Farms. Sure, you could talk about, hey, like these leaks. I don't think, sure. Why could you not do that?
Well, a lot of people. There was even like sort of a unspoken rule around like all these communities that we were moderating away Pixie's name, anything that could direct people towards that idea until this came out, and it was becoming an untenable position.
Should if you want to be like.
You probably should, yeah. I don't think that people should be talking about this.
It's nice, but
or they shouldn't have before it all came out. Now it's anybody's game, and we're playing it. I'm going to be real with you. But before that, especially in the irresponsible way that they did it, and like all the weird lurking and all like it's just was so malicious in the background. They were always just trying to get her on something. It seemed like they were just trying to get her on something from the start. Like President Sunday was talking to her best friend, supposedly, who is also a big President Sunday fan, from my understanding. Could be wrong about that. just trying to leech information because he was always going to make a video. That's how it always was.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be nice. But once Bad Empanada starts talking about it, once Hassan starts saying Low in the Box got cucked and all this stuff, well, it's kind of an untenable position at that point. Like, and that's before
untenable?
What to keep moderating Pixie's name and pretending nothing's happening, because everyone's talking about it. It's like a huge story where there's like.
Didn't they start? I mean, listen, I don't know the timeline. Didn't those people start talking about it like after everything blew up and came out? No.
Not just the stories being ran, but there's actual misinformation about the story being ran by huge YouTubers. You're just supposed to sit there, cover it, and bite your tongue.
All these guys did was spread more misinformation. That's all Beckett and Sunday did.
Oh, I agree. The speculation. Beckett, okay, well, Beckett's going to contest that. I agree. Sunday's video, absolutely, like, it's not good. Like, I mean, it's not a good video on Destiny.
Okay, then why are you sweeping?
Oh, okay, cool. So then what's the conversation? I don't understand. He keeps saying, oh, I agree. This President Sunday guy is really bad. And then he goes on like a whole entire like weird debate bro rampage about how actually everything he did was okay. This guy's weirdo. What the fuck?
I'm not sweeping for it. I'm just like contesting your I think there's low levels of engagement happening with the actual issues here, like when it's okay to reach out to victims, when it's okay to come forward with a story about against the victim's wishes. I think there's a very low level of engagement happening, and we're just making retarded hand wave statements where we go, "Oh, you did this without reaching out to the victims" for the whole 40-minute duration of our video without ever engaging with the topic.
Before you go ahead and hold on,
I think at the end of the day, you know, it's that the victim got slandered by President Sunday, and that's disgusting behavior. Also, that guy can justify coming forward with a shit video. It's content brain. What?
Like, very clear. The very baseline, before you go ahead and like start making crazy claims like, oh, she's not coming out. Here's her fucking draft statement. See, I told you she wouldn't come out. As you have literally a draft of her coming out. That's fucking retarded. You should absolutely confirm that.
Yeah, you only have secondhand information. I'm not sweeping on that at all. I'm just contesting. I'm contesting the broad statements that you're making, the broad positions you were taking in the video that don't simply apply to that.
Too, I'm saying I did say before this comes out, but I also made very.
Bro, honestly, I don't even to be that guy. Why the fuck why even bother talking to this guy? He's so bizarre.
Very clear during the video that this was available on Kiwi Farms, and that people in Discord, people like in these Discord circles already knew. But there's a difference between that, obviously, and that being on like a big enough or wide enough scale to reach like her parents or like a normie audience. Because I didn't know this shit was going on. I'm not in these fucking weirdo Discord circles.
Okay, but you acknowledge that threshold, that your parents are going to find out threshold was getting we were very close to that threshold from just the Hassan and Bad Empanada stuff, right?
Sure, but what does that change?
Well, because it changes the calculation about how whether it's wrong to start broadly talking about and naming people, right?
Well, you could talk about it. You probably shouldn't slander the victim, or you should reach out to the victim.
But slandering the victim, not slandering the victim is a separate thing to not reaching out to someone before you talk about something that's pretty broadly known on Kiwi Farms and being discussed by Hassan.
It's just so weird because a normal way to have the conversation. This is how a normal person would have the conversation, right? It's not even conflicting, right? But the whole argument here is that, hey, you should reach out to the person before coming forward with something. Oh, I don't really agree with that take. So instead of just being like, yeah, you know, I don't really agree with that, but I think it was disgusting that guy slandered her. That would be how a normal conversation would go. But instead, we're sitting here and we're going into like a half-an-hour debate about something that's fucking stupid. And what does it look like when we start over-debating one topic? It looks like you're running defense for that President Sunday guy. Like you're so desperate for like a W for him or something, or maybe you just don't know how to have a normal human being conversation, so you come off so strange. This is such a stupid fucking conversation.
Right.
I mean, prominently known on Kiwi Farms is still like no-name stuff, right? You realize
it's not because every content creator is reading that shit, and so I mean, it's only a matter of time.
Who fucking cares about content creators?
Content creator is you, Chud Logic, and like that's it, man. Like it's like,
dude, this is sorry, you're friends with Turkey Tom. His whole channel is Kiwi Farm reading videos. What?
I mean, maybe, but I don't think that the average everyday person is sitting there reading that. Also, yeah, it's just weird. Who cares if content creators are reading it? We're talking about giving her as much privacy as she possibly can while she navigates through this situation where she got fucked over. I don't understand what is happening. I mean, this is proof to me. Like them sitting here being like, "Oh, Kiwi Farms." That's he's basically arguing that like this mainstream to some capacity. If you think that, like, you're so terminally online that you should. I don't know if you have the capacity to have a normal perspective on anything. Turkey Thomas.
I guess, but Tom didn't seem like he knew that much about it.
Tom, are you fucking serious? Really? You don't think Tom knew that much about it?
In the Kilo video, it sure didn't seem like he knew that much about it. Nick DiOrio in the call with Sunday didn't know much about it.
They knew the gist.
Nicholas DiOrio. Well, he's Twitter obsessed. He's Twitter addicted. That's what he is. And pinball. And Mika's rhetoric addicted.
They knew the gist. They knew that it wasn't really consensual. They knew the gist.
Well, so what are we arguing about then? I don't even get it. What are you talking about with Sunday?
Well, you were saying, you just said to me, Kiwi Farms is like nothing. That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
If it's all over there, every YouTuber is reading
behind the
it.
scene knows some shit. Otherwise,
It's not just these
why would
straight
any of it go viral? Why do when Sunday drop his video, this becomes 10
I
times
can
bigger?
explain to you
fucking
how
idiot?
some of it could go viral, because there's
It's
millions of
so silly,
YouTubers
bro.
with millions of subs who get huge videos by simply
Yes, it
reading
got
Kiwi Farms
bigger.
threads, who make huge videos by simply reading Kiwi Farms threads.
But nobody was doing that, right? No, didn't they? Nobody did that. This whole thing, I'm pretty sure Hassan started talking about this once Ryan Beard made a video about it. And Ryan Beard, it was about Destiny. And Ryan Beard wouldn't have made that video if this thing didn't blow up in the first place. And I think Ryan Beard's video was like solid. I'm not criticizing his video, but it wouldn't have blown up if this whole irresponsible shit didn't happen in the first place. What?
It's on their channel, and then other people see that, and they go, oh, I want to get a big channel. I want to read Kiwi Farms and get a big channel too, just like Turkey Tom does. And then they say, oh, look, there's a story about...
But like, listen, we've obviously watched some Turkey Tom videos. He doesn't really like... The framing that he reads Kiwi Farms is just stupid to me, because that's not really what's happening. It is, but it's not, right? Like, his videos are like, oh, let's talk about some topic. Like, let's say we talk about a lolcow, and we use Kiwi Farms as a reference. He's making it seem like the Kiwi Farms is just so normal and mainstream. It's not. It's for like a bunch of like kind of weirdos.
Video make
it's
it
not being
bigger
reported
or
on
no?
by anyone. Yeah, of course it made it better. But
Dude,
the
that's
point
all
I'm
the
contesting...
conversation's about, dude. You
The
dummy.
point
Do you
I'm
acknowledge
contesting
that?
to you is you are suggesting
so
that if it's
silly.
just on Kiwi Farms, it's isolated, which is obviously a
It's on
ridiculous
Kiwi
thing.
It's more isolated than it with like parents finding out, but okay.
Any YouTuber
obviously
knows
a
it's totally
smaller-
untrue.
No, it's obviously smaller, dude. It's
Everyone
obviously
just knows it's
smaller.
untrue.
Isolated. No, hold on. This wasn't isolated to Kiwi Farms,
This is a really big information. This is obviously a really big topic for the unemployed community.
and it never was. Like, the minute these dropped, you had huge Twitter conversations about Destiny sucking dick and people like joking or guessing that it might be Nick Fuentes.
Yes.
You had multiple conversations around like his relationships with his orbiters, his sex life, the
Yes.
stuff that was going on with Melina.
Yeah,
And
which people have already had conversations about, but okay.
the reason this like caught is because Destiny's like closest orbiters were people like Dan and Erudite, and they were continuing on in the same band of, well, Destiny, well, we don't really know what's going on. We're going
Is
to
there a
keep working
difference
with
between content creators knowing and the public? I mean, this is such a retarded
them.
conversation. Surely you guys
no,
understand
but
that.
the problem
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the entire conversation.
is that the public did know, which is why
Not really. People didn't really know. I didn't know. I didn't know about like all the specifics with this girl until that fucking President Sunday video. Most people didn't. It's pretend. It's so strange. These guys are strange. What do these guys do for work? Unironically, like, what do these people do for work? It's really so sad. These people are pathetic. Have you guys ever have you guys ever worked a real job? I don't understand how the internet is really a collection of the most socially unaware people I've ever seen in my entire life. You guys have no idea about the way that anything in the world works. Like, I don't get it. What do you like? These people think that their very niche personal lives of terminally browsing Kiwi Farms is how the rest of the world lives. It's not. What the fuck are you talking about? Fucking weird.
They did not know on that wide of a scale, dude. It's so
what
fucking
are
stupid.
we calling a wide scale here?
We're talking about literally the difference between a few thousand people and millions.
So would you agree that the point when Bad
And the fact
Empanada
that
has
you guys
kind of
can't
like
actually acknowledge that and just say, yeah, that's true, it's absurd.
no.
It's true.
It's so silly.
Hold on, but like again, like what's being jumped over is like part of the motivation for the release. Because my motivation isn't Pixies extorting Destiny. I say this to you, I don't care. Like that's not a motivating factor. My motivating factor.
But she didn't extort Destiny. So, like, when you say you don't care, I don't know. Do you think that she was?
Which was the fact, well, Lonerbox, Brand of Destiny, obviously involved in this and like the discussions around it, is taking shots at Destiny on stream, like through vague posting. That's a trigger pull. You've got Bad
Sure, but nobody knew the reason.
Empanada making videos on the topic with misinformation. That's a trigger pull. You have
Okay, so but they didn't. I think this is one of the guys who made the video. No. But you guys didn't make the video to counter misinformation. You guys made the video. I don't know. It's just so fucking gross the way that they came out with this topic.
San doing streams on it. That's a trigger pull. You've got Corontos on just
Like, these guys. I'm sorry. They're sitting here talking about how, like, oh, some content creators were vague posting about this topic. You guys were DMing the victim's best friend, trying to get as much information out as you possibly could so that you could run this story and expose her personal life instead of letting her do it the way that she wanted to. And then when this fucking President Sunday guy makes up this excuse like, oh, I don't know if I want to come forward with it. I don't want her to take her own life because of me. And then he comes up with a lying justification and goes like, well, actually, she's trying to extort money out of Destiny. So, you know what? She's a bad person. I can come forward with it. Even though, one, if she wanted financial restitution, good, she should get it. And two, she didn't. So what are we even talking about here? What is happening? Why is this conversation here? What the fuck is this? This is insane. These are literally unemployed people. Get a fucking job. Get a normal human being relationship. Like, go do normal things, you weird fucking freaks. Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
Stalks shouting Pixie's name. You have multiple people through Twitter saying Pixie's name. There are multiple trigger pulls for this.
You can name all the people. It's still a pretty small sample size in the fucking grand scheme of millions of people.
One of them's Hassan.
Right?
One of them's Hassan, dude.
Hold on. If you're Hassan and you don't give a
Nobody knew about this because of Hassan.
fuck, and you just want to go ahead and repeat, like, hey, this is what I'm hearing behind the scenes. Here's some shit with Pixie. You could go ahead and say that. That's completely different than releasing an entire narrative like Sunday did. That's just fucking not true.
I agree. The narrative's totally fucked. I totally agree. The narrative's fucked and shit. And it's fucked. It's on. They blasted that.
Hold on. So my part with you guys is, if you don't give a fuck about Pixie, then whatever, go do your thing. But don't make videos pretending you do care or have these fucking conversations behind the scenes.
Hold on.
I never said that in my video. I really wanted. That's my main issue right now.
I never said that in my video. I said the fact that this was a story that multiple content creators knew about.
Those calls?
Which calls?
With Kilo and Sunday?
Like what? The later ones? No. Like we talked over like on the
Did
Saturday.
you guys talk about like the optics of extortion, and that's okay to come out with it now? Or is his editor lying?
I think those conversations occurred, but like again, like
okay, the conversations occurred. Okay, so yes.
Willie, you're asking me what Sunday did and what Sunday's motivations are. You said the videos are full of misinformation. Like what in my
I think Zero was one of those guys. I don't think so. My understanding, I mean, if he was, then he's discussing too, but my understanding is like Nicholas Diorio didn't want to touch this topic. Like President Sunday was talking to him about it, and Nicholas Diorio was doing what he does. He's fucking little drama super sleuth slot boy, non-derogatorily. And then he stayed away from the topic because he didn't think it was appropriate. I'm pretty sure that's how those conversations went. Like he was like prying to see what was going on because he likes to be in the know. I'm pretty sure he was not part of like the fucking rallying cry to expose this Pixie Girls like situation. What are you talking about?
My video is misinformation.
I'd have to rewatch it, but I mean, I think in the point, do you say that? Yeah, because your video is the one with Pixie's.
I read out,
right?
I go through.
Statement.
Yeah, but that's handed over. That gets handed over from.
You asked for misinformation.
Kelly.
Ew, a girl. Who's this fucking loser?
Yeah, okay, Kelly, chill for 1 minute. Okay, don't just jump.
Kelly Jean. Why do I know that name? Why does that sound familiar?
Hold on.
Do I have to? This
Okay,
guy's
what's
being
up, Kelly?
condescending as
Stop.
fuck.
Chill, Kelly, please. Just take it easy.
Hold on.
Okay, 1 second.
Hold on.
Is this Kelly
That's
Jean,
Kelly
the
Jean.
person Destiny was DMing me about?
Oh god, it's a Destiny orbiter. Everybody that okay, gotcha. So okay.
Okay, now I'm
Yes.
getting cut off. Listen,
let's
there's
all
so many
chill.
calls that
Just
have
back
been
it right now,
gone
yeah.
through, and I feel like I get cut
You have
off.
me added on Discord. Why would you ask that? You also follow me on Twitter. You're like, who is this Kelly? Is this Kelly Jean? Of course it
I
fucking
didn't
is.
hover over that fucking icon, bro. I don't know. You just joined the call.
Apparently you don't know a lot of things.
Kelly, please, let back
Okay.
in.
Willie, why are you subjecting yourself to torture, bud? What the hell's going on here?
Kelly, what did
Willie
I
has
miss?
that. Okay.
Okay,
Did you check with me that the thing that was said about me in your video was true?
me?
No, but I didn't preach it as if it was true.
Okay, so why would you regurgitate his false narratives in defense of his own false
I
narratives?
literally just
What the fuck are we talking about? I'm so confused.
read his statement. I didn't
Put a different girl on.
say if they were true or not. I don't know if they're true or not.
Do you maybe think you should have checked?
What the hell are we talking about right now? We're like, what?
No, because it doesn't fucking matter, Kelly.
It don't matter. Brilliant. Well, thank you
If
for
he's
perpetuating
fucking-
lies
if he's
against
fu-
me.
How did I perpetuate lies? If he's lying about
Because
you, that's
you
bullshit.
could have checked.
I don't
You
know
could
if
have
it's true or
messaged
not.
me.
What the fuck are they even talking about? I'm so goddamn confused. What are they referring to in this specific scenario?
You could have messaged me. Then multiple people even could have clarified.
Is the
for you that
video
that was
about
nonsense.
Kelly Jean? No, it's not about fucking Kelly Jean. The Pixie video, they're
You-
making... Hold on. What
You
is
just
Destiny
asked
making...
You just asked
Kelly-
for misinformation example. I gave you one, you bitch.
And I'm telling you why why it's not the same. One is
Okay,
Destiny
so it's-
making...
I'm just curious, and I don't know if this is true or not. Are these just a bunch of like small time nobody content creators that desperately try to be as edgy as possible because they think it's going to give them like meaningful attention? Is that like their entire narrative is to just be edgy? Is that it? Gotcha. All right. Well, all right. Good to know.
No, is it not misinformation?
If Destiny's lying about you, that's on Destiny.
Hey,
I still don't
job.
understand what the specific lie that we're even referring to. I don't really understand.
Brilliant.
If-
Excellent.
Is that not true? Am I fucking crazy for that statement? That's so obvious.
So it's fine to spread misinformation as long as you didn't come up with it.
I don't understand what's
I mean,
the truthfully, like somebody please, nobody in the chat's educating me. What's the misinformation she's referring to? I don't know what we're talking about here.
different to
Story about
make an
somebody
allegation
fucking
versus
lying.
She didn't even come in and was like, "Hey, you remember this specific scenario?" She just came in and started like fucking yapping.
point
Right,
one is
obviously
different,
true.
right?
You don't know the difference
Fucking
between you
logic is
making
that?
you don't know the difference between you making a false allegation and somebody else doing it. You don't know that you think that's the same
No.
thing. You fucking
I think
idiot.
that if you're going to be a condescending prick and speak down to other people about misinformation, you should probably get your ducks in a
Dude.
row too.
Ducks in a
Fucking
row.
President
Wow.
Sunday created the misinformation, Kelly.
I don't care.
Okay, I think I understand what he's differentiating some scenario where somebody said something about Miss Kelly Jean that wasn't verified versus President Sunday coming fabricating information so that he can justify coming forward. Gotcha.
Care about President
Okay,
well,
Sunday.
he
currently.
was just
I'm
quoting
talking
Destiny, okay?
Leave the
Like-
call become
About
fair. This is the conversation.
you.
Oh my
Destiny told Willie that Kelly made a server to spread his revenge porn, which is definitely a lie. Oh, that's what we're talking. I didn't even know that was a claim.
God.
Kelly, I'm sure
What
Wally's
is- what
very
the
sorry
fuck is
for
going on?
putting that screenshot in the Destiny
Kelly,
video. Okay?
Kelly, if Destiny lied about you, that is interesting to me. But that's completely different than what we're talking about.
I am aware. You brought up
Well,
misinformation.
then you aren't aware because
and
you're
you
arguing
asked-
about.
Yeah, you asked for misinformation in your video. Is it not misinformation in your
I've
video?
lost control. It's over.
Destiny's statement
It
is
doesn't
misinformation,
matter.
and that falls on Destiny.
The whole video isn't even about President Sunday either, right? So I
What?
don't know why you bring up President Sunday to me. It doesn't matter. If you
What?
say if you are like sitting there being a condescending prick, right, about misinformation, then probably you should check your sources and shit too. If you're
Okay.
going
I
to
didn't
include
drag her
stuff,
in.
and
She
you're going
just
to sit there and
joined.
read
She's
out
got
and then
perms,
call
okay.
and then call the girls crazy. So making the statement that I am crazy without even checking what the fuck.
I don't know. She seems pretty crazy.
Kelly,
talking
you are
about.
coming off as
Then
fucking
yes.
crazy to me right now, by the way.
Oh, congratulations.
On Willie's video, he put a statement from Destiny. Oh, okay.
Fucking hard, dude.
I'm crazy because I'm pointing out you put misinformation in your video.
Okay,
You're
Kelly,
crazy
Kelly,
because you
it's,
don't know the difference between a Destiny making a statement and President Sunday making false
it's a
I
quote.
know.
It's a
You don't
quote.
know the
I
right?
know
It's just a
who
screenshot.
came up with it. I know who came up
But
with
you
it.
don't see a difference, which is weird.
No, I am aware that there's a difference, but that's still misinformation you put in your video, you condescending twat.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, Kelly, you win.
twat it up.
Okay, Kelly, can we just
I'm
get back to Beckett and Willie? Okay, thanks for coming on. I hope you feel like that's addressed. I'm gonna
Oh,
just
what a prick.
get it back to Beckett and Willie. Okay.
Okay. So
All right.
you
Okay.
asked about the statement. Well, the statement is what is handed
I'll
to
be real with you. That was much more entertaining than whatever the fuck else this is.
Sunday by
Oh,
straight
hold
rate.
on. Where are we? What statement?
You asked about like including the Pixie statement, right, in the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what's handed to Sunday by straight rate. I think that's
Yeah, and
relevant.
the narrative's that she's not coming out.
Because they were desperately fishing for it. Like, I'm pretty sure that the entire time they were pretending that they were fishing for all this information on the pretenses that they actually cared about the girl. I don't think, my understanding that Straight Array, that's Pixie's best friend, my understanding, I don't even think that she knew that this information could be used in like in some kind of like a video expose, right?
Out with the statement.
I didn't.
Right, 'cause you took
Hold on. No. I never present that in my video. At least I'm not. I don't think I do. I think like there's a question about like communication breakdown, but it's more around the fact of these are the DMs. This is what's being handed through to Sunday. These DMs are spreading through like general conversation and everything else. So I don't see how I misreported anything. I think there were things that
Well,
I
you probably
badly
should have
framed.
just reached out, right? Because you're to actually understand like the full concept there.
Well, I mean, again, I'm agreeing with you that like I should have
Because
reached
I don't
out to
think
more
your
people.
video
I'm
was.
not-
I feel like we should just fucking share our interview because I think we have
Sure,
these
I-
conversations in it.
Yeah, we do. I mean, I think, as I say, I DM'd you. I don't hate your video or anything. Willie. I think it's fine. I think it's.
No,
I'm getting questions back because there's only like short snippets of it, right?
Yeah, I think there's only like maybe like 2 or 3 minutes shown, and it was essentially about why didn't you reach out, which is obviously
Yeah, which
you
is
should.
which is
Yeah.
obviously a fair question. I think there are like reasons, as like Queen pointed out, like it's a question of like what gets back to Destiny. I do, and I listen, said this publicly, and I say it in this. If Sunday wasn't coming out in the
Well,
video, I wouldn't have done it in the same way, but I would have absolutely done something with this. This is a story that is breaking. It is already being discussed. These DMs are going to come out in one way, form, or
I
another.
think there's a way to talk about it. That's fine. I just did not.
Well, yeah, but you were coordinating with that President Sunday guy who's a disgusting fucking degenerate, so.
I did not like how Sunday went about it, and I didn't like that you never
Yeah, and he was part of that, though, no? Were they not all working together? So, to some degree, you're complicit in that President Sunday shit. If you came out with a video after the fact, or you weren't coordinating with him and his weird, like, lies about Pixie, then this wouldn't really be an issue, would it?
Attempted to reach out, instead reached out to Nick and Diesel, who know way less than you two. That doesn't make any sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wanted an optics check from Diesel. I mean, again,
But you're getting an optics check from two people that don't know fucking anything.
Well, sure, but I mean, okay. On the other side, if you had something like this, you knew a story was coming out, you reached out to Pixie or Lonebox, and they said, well, you know, oh, this is really bad. Let me go and talk to Erudite. Let me go and talk to Destiny. Let me go and talk to this person. And you know that is going to like fuck the story. What would you do?
I'm sorry. There's so many people DMing me. I feel like from this Discord. Can you repeat that, dude?
You're saying, what if you tried to reach out to the people who were the victims in this situation, and what if doing that messed the story up? How would it mess the story up? What?
I'm getting so many beeps.
Yeah, you're fine. So let me like, let's say you're in my position, and you're like, this story's about to go public. It's going to be a fucking shit show. There's already a load of misinformation. You reach out to Pixie and Lonebox, and their first response is, we're going to go to Destiny, we're going to go to Erudite, we're going to go to this person, this person, this person.
I guess he had to say that to his chat. Okay.
And we're going to like let's say that's
what would you? No, let's be real. If you were to reach out to Pixie, you would be upfront and say, hey, I have like this is how I do it when I reach out to people and how I reached out to Pixie. These are my list of questions. Would you be okay talking about that? Or if you just want to send messages, we can. And then what is on and off the record? That's all you would say. And then you could get direct answers right there. Like, hey, I see messages that look like you extorting Destiny. Are these threats? Do you ever ask Destiny directly for money? You know, just be stuff like that.
Okay, but if on like again, I'm not
stop people from messaging.
If you right click the server and just press like mute server.
Well, this mutes the server, but people are DMing me from it.
Oh, I don't know how to stop people DMing you.
This is so terrible.
I mean, if like again, because I don't disagree on the reaching out, but my direct question is, what if you reach out and then they say like even off the basic questions, and they go,
oh my god, the President Sunday guy decided to come in and give his favorite little sweeper a donation. He can't answer because he already knows and simply disables a victim as he blank a what? His third question to Destiny?
Oh, I'm going to Destiny. Like, what's your response then?
What does I'm going to Destiny mean?
I mean, like
anything.
He can't answer because he already knew and simply disbelieves a victim. That's what President Sunday did. I'm so confused. What the fuck?
But like, if you're like,
what?
Well, I don't know if that's true. If you've got something like this and you know that they're going to reach out to the person who is known
Bro, these people are just like not even worth interacting with. This is fucking crazy.
For like narrative control is their like primary thing that they do in dramas. Like, would you then panic and go, fuck, I just have to release?
If they said they're going to Destiny, why would that make me panic? I would be like, why going to Destiny for what? Isn't he the one that leaked everything? I'd be so fucking confused.
Would you not have any concern that if you tip off Destiny, it's going to give him a chance to prepare a response, potentially fabricate evidence, like any sort of interference that could happen?
What?
Do you see any?
Wait, if you felt that way, then you wouldn't have come forward with the story. When you guys did, you would have given her as much time to make her own story. Like, this doesn't even make sense. Because their whole thing is like, hey, if we had reached out to somebody, that might have gotten back to Destiny, and then he could have came up with fake evidence to say that this wasn't true. But then by your own logic, the way that you guys came out with this video so soon before it was mainstream in any capacity, wouldn't that same argument applies to you? That same argument applies to you. If you hadn't come out with your video, then Destiny wouldn't have decided to lawyer up so quickly. Like, I'm sure it was in the terminally online spheres. Destiny's probably ignoring it because the general thing is like, just ignore it, it'll go away. But then you guys didn't let it. You guys came forward with it, so then he's like, okay, I'm gonna have to start, dotting my I's and crossing my T's. Because there was a point where he was talking about how like he did admit fault in private DMs, but now he came out with like a professional lawyered up statement of like, oh, I didn't do this, that, and this. So they fucking did the same. What are they talking about? This question applies to them. What?
Wait, the idea.
I would think Pixie.
This whole thing is so stupid.
And Destiny are fucking enemies, right? Or they don't like each other.
Well, yeah, and also, why the fuck would Pixie go to Destiny to like warn him? What? That doesn't make any sense.
Is that the case? Is that really what you pick up from like the messages and shit?
Well, she is fucking taking him to court, so yeah.
Well, she wasn't taking him to court just yet at that point, was she? It was in negotiations.
She was literally writing up draft
statements. Wait, no, this is like a misnomer that's being like, there's a confusion happening here. I agree she had a statement ready to go, but she was still in negotiations, right? The idea that she had decided to sue, that's not really the case.
Didn't she decide to sue because these guys came forward with the story and they released information that was not known? Like, are we forgetting that there were tons of private DMs from like President Sunday that he released that exacerbated this problem and pretty much forced her hand to make a decision to sue because she had no other way. Like, there was no way that Destiny was going to interact with her privately anymore. What the hell are they talking about? What? What is happening?
There was still a negotiation going on. It was breaking down a little bit, but there was a negotiation.
Went down between Destiny and Pixie. There's no negotiation.
There's not like a direct negotiation over.
There's no direct conversation about money ever.
Yeah,
between the two.
There's no direct conversation about money.
Destiny says that in his statement. That did not happen.
Okay, well,
wait, sorry. Was the comment about bills or anything? Was that not?
Yeah. He said you can reach out to me. I can help.
Oh, he said you can reach out to me about paying for bills.
Yeah, so there was a direct conversation about money. There was a negotiation was happening there, and Erudite was also acting.
Negotiation.
No. Sorry, maybe you're using. I'm using negotiation maybe a different way to you. I'm saying that there was a conversation happening where they were trying to come to a resolution, and that was happening both with Destiny directly, where he was offering money through the bills comment, and with Erudite, they were trying to come to a solution. When I say negotiation, I'm saying they're all trying to come to a solution.
Yeah, but if the Erudite messages end with Kyla saying, yeah, I don't feel comfortable if you want to make this about money, asking Destiny about this stuff.
Yeah,
but that's part of the negotiation process, isn't it? Like, again, like
how is this all somehow negotiations?
Like,
because not so Erudite is the middle ground between Destiny and Pixie. That's the position she
interpretation is just she's figuring out what she wants to do. That's it. Yeah, just her talking about what she might want to do.
But that is negotiation. She is negotiating with them to see what
negotiation because she's not determining like, oh, like, all right, you're offering this. Well, now I want to do this. Like, it's not one of those conversations.
Okay, yeah, but negotiation isn't such a strict term as it only applies to offers and counter offers.
So it only means just her talking about her options.
Her talking about her options with the other side of the potential deal or case, right? It's about trying to find a solution to the situation.
That conversation immediately ends with Kyla. Like, I have all of her text messages.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that conversation ends, but the point is that there was a negotiation happening there. It wasn't that she had decided to sue and was going to sue. It was exploring the options and seeing what it was. However, the reason we got onto this was because you presented it as like she had decided to sue. She was going to sue. They were enemies at this point. That's not the case.
Well, you didn't know if she wasn't going to sue. No, President Sunday determines that they aren't going to sue.
Yeah, I know. President Sunday's the video is fucking retarded. I totally agree.
Okay.
Whoa, don't be saying that, dude.
So, but I feel like it's weird because you're like taking my argument and pretending Sundays doesn't exist, and well, that completely invalidates my argument. I would never make it then. Because the whole point is I'm responding to Sunday. It's so stupid. Do you get where I'm coming from? You're taking away the person I'm talking to.
What? Your argument
as if it doesn't exist. You're taking out the context.
No,
of what I'm saying.
Contesting specific things you're saying, and then you're defaulting back to, well, Sunday's video sucks. And I agree, Sunday's video sucks. I'm taking issues with specific positions you're holding.
You're contesting what I'm saying, but ignoring the context being that I'm replying to Sunday.
Okay, you're saying that Sunday, you were claiming that Sunday knew that Sunday and Beckett knew that Pixie and Destiny were enemies, so there was no reason to be concerned about reaching out to Pixie. That was where we came from here.
Who fucking cares?
Not true.
Well, no, I'm confused on why we're assuming though that she's gonna write, I'm going to Destiny, and then that suddenly changes anything. I don't understand.
Yeah, I get the argument of like, oh, at that point they maybe they were still friendly enough for her to be like, hey, this guy's prying. Okay, this whole thing is so fucking stupid.
Made up a fake scenario about what might happen, and now he's like we're like treading this imaginary land. It doesn't make sense to me.
I was asking you, do you not think there's any weight to the idea that you don't want to tip off the other party when you're releasing a story like this, if you think they're going to be aggressive in how they attempt to control the narrative around it? Do you think there is a consideration to be made there about not tipping off the potential
I think it's irresponsible to even come out with this fucking story about Pixie's intentions without talking to Pixie. I think you shouldn't even make the video.
I don't think that they should have been fishing for as much information as possible through having like weird deceptive conversations with people offline to try to, they were going to come out with the story regardless. Like, what are we talking about here? We're having this whole debate on something. The way that they went about this whole thing was fucking disgusting.
Okay.
It's absolutely retarded to make this video.
Okay, if your position is just, regardless of this, is it the video as a whole, or is it the speculation on Pixie taking the deal and all this stuff?
So you got right. So I think the video as a whole, if you just want to talk about, hey, these messages leaked, and I think if you want to do like a very vague video of like these messages leaked and there's no way this was all consensual, that's fine. You could speculate on that.
It sounds like I'm 90% the way there with you on that.
It's like when you're well, I know. So the whole point of my video is, well, we aren't talking about that. We're talking about people that took it farther.
Yeah, but you don't just respond. You're not just making statements on that further part. You're like making broad statements of, oh, never release videos. You always have to speak to the victim first. It's like I'm trying to figure out what your positions are here, so that we can actually figure out how much I agree with you and how much I disagree. Because your ideas don't come through in the video, Willie. I'm going to be real. Like, whatever your position on this is,
bro, the only way is if you don't pay attention, because I'm very clear.
Okay, well, you can think you're very clear. I don't think you're very clear. I don't think you're very clear at all. But whatever.
Wait, but what does it matter if this guy thinks he's clear?
Everything I've said to you, I've said in the video, so I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess like if that's the standard, if I'm just releasing an uneditorialized video, I mean, we can talk about reaching out and everything else.
I feel like Willie just shouldn't have had. I don't mean to be that guy. Just don't give these people a time of day, because what's the point? Like, this was a waste of his time. He doesn't gain anything from it. These people are not here to listen. They don't really matter. Nobody really cares about their opinion on things in any meaningful way. What's the point of even doing this conversation? I mean, it's complete fucking moron brain rot.
But like, and like, there can be criticisms. That's fine. But I don't think in that video I'm sat there being like, Pixie is a fucking monster. We need to destroy her. Like, I'm like, this is what has happened behind those DMs. I know you're like, well, this is from a secondary source because it's from Straight Rate.
We only have secondhand information.
Yeah,
right?
but this
So
is. But hold on. But I don't know how fair that is because Straight Rate is not just some random secondary source. She's also not somebody who's just saying something randomly. She's somebody who's clearly has the evidence to back up what she's saying. Yes.
Yeah, but why is she leaking it to you, bro, or to Sunday? That should be a fucking red flag there, right?
Well,
True.
I think it is a question. I think it is a question.
And you don't look for the answer? That's insane.
Well, hold on. I don't know if that's fair because like there's an after point there where like sure we can look into like their.
I mean, you
intent.
literally agreed with me on this, so I find it odd.
No, I don't. Hold on. I think even with our conversation, I talk about Straight Rate in a very different way because I don't think it's just Straight Rate as a random person going, oh, I heard a rumor.
No, you say she has bad intentions.
Well, yeah,
based on off-the-record stuff.
Yeah, I do think that, but also like that's something that comes clear later. And again, like,
well, I know that's exactly more reason why you should try and get more context around that.
Sure,
but I'm asking for like really basic research, and you guys act like it's so hard. That's fucking crazy. I'm not asking for anything. Like the bar is not high. The bar is very low.
Hold on, I'm not disagreeing with you that there are issues in the video. My disagreement is the fact
with that. The bar is on the floor. Do you disagree with that? The bar is basically just, oh, this seems weird that this is leaking to Sunday. I don't really have the full context of all this. I'm getting this all second hand, third hand, really from Sunday. I should just go ask about this real quick.
Okay, sorry. I think one thing's got to
Sunday, let him figure it out, bro.
I understand Sunday's video has.
Why are you coming in? Let him.
Okay, I'm talking to Tebek. Sure, go for it.
So
the bar is on the floor. Do you agree with that? I mean, that's like such a simple thing. I'm not asking for anything that's that hard.
No, I don't disagree with you that they're like it requires because the question I have for you about my video is the fact of like the clear intention of the video is an uneditorialized piece of how these DMs spread and like the conversations that happen behind the scenes. I think actually with the conversation Straight Rate is having with Sunday behind the scenes, part of it makes sense why she is going to Sunday because the early intention seems to be, hey Sunday, I'm working with Pixie. What do you think of these statements? Can you help? Because Straight Rate knows that Sunday hates Pixie. It becomes more convoluted when more information comes out.
If someone doesn't ask when Sunday far pay machine is going to implode.
Well, I mean, again, like it becomes
like a fucking audio overload.
It becomes more convoluted when we find out that Straight Rate is also having conversations with Destiny.
All right, if it's more convoluted, let's go to the primary source and just ask.
But then how do you? Okay, like again, I don't disagree with reaching out. I'm not.
You're making every excuse. You're making like every excuse.
I don't disagree.
You are like literally.
I mean, if you, at this point, just say I don't care. Just be like, I really didn't care about that. I didn't care. I got information. I wanted to make a video. I wanted to be part of the initial release of the video. And that's it. Just say that. Just be honest. Like, this is one of the things that drives me nuts. You know, just be, if you're going to be a fucking asshole, just be fucking honest about it. Just be like, yeah, I wanted to get the story out there. I wanted to be one of the first people to get it out there. I mean, that's kind of pathetic, but, you know what, at least you're not playing these mental gymnastics here.
No. What I'm fighting you on is I don't think I presented misinformation.
Yeah, I was going to ask is what was the claim in Beckett's video? I understand Sunday has a bunch of erroneous claims in his video. What was the claim in Beckett's video that you think needed extra context from Pixie?
I would have to rewatch Beckett's video. If I called your video misinformation in mine, and I didn't show any clips, then that's my bad. But you should. I don't think I did that, by the way. You should absolutely. All I'm saying.
No, you just said it in this call.
Oh, did I? Yeah.
That's
I don't know.
why
I need to rewatch your video like right now if I'm going to find it. But I thought
Willy is such a
I thought it was something around you having the leaked document.
Yeah, but the leaked document is something that was presented by Straight Rate. And again, turns out to be fairly accurate. The only thing that seems to be wrong with it is Dan's inclusion with it. And that's, to be clear, is not like a misrepresentation.
I have a quick question, and I'm trying to get some of the lore. Was this Beckett guy Stardust's ex? Fuck me, ex? Is that true? Do I understand the lore?
That's what's in the document.
And I think talk about her extorting Destiny.
Am I understanding the lore here, guys?
Like extortion too?
No, I say that I note it as the most expensive. Like Pixie says, I want this to be the most expensive.
And you agreed with it, right?
I don't think I editorialized on that. I'd have to check, but I think I just go, well, that's the statement.
Like, my understanding is Beckett's video essentially
that is the case. That is the case. Okay.
Right, presented the materials. Basically, just read it and said, like, here's the chain of events. Here's what happened.
The criticism of Beckett's video is very much the same as I presented in my video. I think you have secondhand information. You should just reach out to get a full grasp on the story. Because obviously, everything we just talked about with Aaron and all this shit is fucking weird. And you just get basic questions answered. And the idea that Pixie goes ahead and might like hit up Destiny for whatever reason, like I don't know, whatever reason you guys are afraid of, then just add that to your video. You reached out for a statement. This is what she said.
This is sort of why I was trying to drill down with you a minute ago, because now it seems like your position is that to release any of this stuff, to run any of this story, you have to reach out to the victim. Whereas before it seemed like only for that speculation part.
If you have limited information, I do think you should reach out, obviously, in this case. Now, I don't know like what Hassan's coverage necessarily was. I
What did she see in this guy?
didn't watch it. Or I know like fucking what's his face? Ben Empanada said a bunch of stuff that wasn't even true.
Hold on a second.
What was the question?
Well, a moment ago it seemed like you were saying that you only had to reach out for that speculation part, but now it seems like you're saying that you have to reach out for any of it. So I'm just wondering, like, what was in Beckett's video that you think required comment? Is it just the idea that there's this straight-arrayed side plot where we don't know what her intentions are, or what?
I think if you're going ahead and you're looking at the DMs, that's implying like extortion, or you're going ahead and you have like this like video or this document that's coming out.
Just call the video bad and move along instead of crying about the morals/ethics of
Because as I'm
journalism
talking to
over a largely
Beckett, right? I mean, you
inconsequential
say this in the time
YouTube
like,
video.
oh, this is confusing, this is all convoluted, this is so weird. Well, you can straighten all of that out.
I think part of the, okay.
I mean,
I think
all these things that you're worried about, you just straighten out in like 2 seconds.
I think that
All it takes is not being lazy. That's all it takes.
no, I don't think laziness is a factor, and I also don't think it's like, because again, I reach out quite a lot to people. I think
You reached out to Nick and you reached out to fucking the most
no,
irrelevant
not just
people.
not just this
Diesel.
situation. Generally speaking, I reach out to people quite a lot,
Cool.
and like the issue isn't laziness. The issue is I don't know what anyone's fucking intentions are in any of this. Like if I reach out to
Why not
Erudite,
go find out? Isn't that more interesting?
possibly, and again, there was a time factor here with this.
Nobody's talking about Erudite though. What the fuck are you talking about Erudite?
If I had these
No,
DMs,
don't say this, bro.
No, hold on. There is a time factor with this.
This is so stupid.
That's how I felt at the time. That's how I felt at the time. I still think
You're
this
too busy
information is
to
coming
ask
out.
about the main character in the story. Then don't cover the story. That is insane.
Yeah, what's this claim of a time factor? I don't understand there being a time factor. I understand there being sort of like a pressure that if there isn't a half-decent collection of what exactly the narrative is here, then it's going to be someone retarded like Bad Empanada who runs it and says that it was a cuck story. I understand that sort of complaint, but why is there a time limit on you doing this?
Oh, my love
Because I guess the fear is that what was going to happen is what happens in things like the like Bo Black stress story, where you
the Bo Black stress story. Really interesting. I like that we are putting the Bo Black stress story, biggest news of the year, right next to a story of a girl having her boundaries violated non-consensually by some degenerate sending pictures that he took of her to another girl to riz her up without her knowing, and then a couple of weird freaks deciding to go behind the scenes, try to extract as much information out of this topic in an attempt to make it mainstream for attention for them, despite the fact that this girl wants to try to handle it in her own way, with the moral justification of being like, well, I don't know if I want to come forward with it because it might really upset her and make her want to take her life, which is crazy. But then fabricate a scenario where actually she's a bad person and she's just trying to extort money from Destiny. So I can come forward with the story, even though that's not true. And if she wanted money, she should be allowed to get that back, and that's not even extortion. So what are these guys talking about, dude? What is happening here? Pooping.
you've got something that's spread particularly far, most people are going to just like pull a trigger at some
It's not really far, but okay.
point, or something will accidentally get said on a stream. And I can't
Who the
stress this
fuck
enough.
cares?
Well, hold on.
That's on that person then. I mean, this is so stupid. This is like insane levels of cope that you can't talk to the main
True.
person, the main character of the story, because someone might say something on a stream, but you got time to talk to Diesel and Nick, who know nothing. Like, it's so dumb, dude. Don't dig yourself down this hole. Like, don't waste your time with that. That's a dumb point. You know that's dumb.
Oh, again, I'm not disagreeing with the reach and everything. No, hold on. No, because I've said to you in this call, and I'm not fighting you on putting it in, that I regret not
But
reaching
you're
out to
giving
people.
excuses. You're excusing yourself. This is what you're doing right
Well,
now.
okay, hold on. This is always my problem with the whole kind of like I didn't want to over-explain things because it sounds
Based WillyMac, am I right?
like an excuse. I can give my rationale. We can say that parts of that rationale are bad, or like it's a mistake, and I can try and own those mistakes. But you're asking me what my intentions were at the time and why I took the actions I did. I'm not saying that those are like perfect actions, Willie. I'm saying I'm agreeing with you that there are issues, but they also weren't made like I just sort of flippantly or was lazy about it. That's I disagree with your rationale there.
That
That's
makes
what I'm
no sense, and you have not given one good reason why that makes any sense. And I think that should just be it. It should just be like, yeah, no, that was stupid, and that should just be the end of the conversation.
okay. Well,
I don't
like,
get
True.
why he's saying any of this other shit. Like, it just makes no sense to me.
King behavior, dude. It's king behavior.
okay. Well, like again, I don't want to fight with you, man. Like
I mean,
I'll feel you, man.
no, dude, it's fucking YouTube. We're all gonna be log off this call and it'll be fine, right? But I just don't. I don't get what you're doing on any level here with what you're saying. It doesn't make any sense. I don't think it's worth doing, and I think it makes you look bad.
well, again, all I can do is sort of own releasing the video, defend the
That's
fact that I don't think it's misinformation, and like improve as I go forward.
Well, can you? All right, it's not misinformation.
Okay.
It's not.
So,
Let's say
okay,
that.
did you
all
guys? Did you think you guys are sort of stopping point there? Is there any other points?
Yeah, I think we covered this in our own call already. So, like,
Well, I mean, it's good to get on my stream anyway.
I'm surprised though that
Should have just released a call, Willie. You know?
we're like read.
Really, I don't know how. Like,
Then we could have rotted our brains with that. That would have been incredible.
if you're pressed for time, or if you just don't want to do it, it's totally
No,
fine.
I'm all good.
Jay still wanted to just come on and ask questions. I think I don't know if you were okay.
Sure,
with
sure.
that. Yeah.
Come in.
Oh, great.
Jay still, if you want to jump on, if you're still watching, I'll message him.
video. And as I say, I like the video. I think the video is fine. I'm obviously just going to get questions about it
Oh yeah, well, I loved the video.
because of what's included.
Hello.
Of course you will.
Hey,
J-Star?
Jason.
What's up?
So you had
How's it going?
You had some smoke for Willy.
Yeah, what you got?
What are they trying to gangbang this guy?
Smoke? I don't know about smoke. I just think I don't particularly like the idea that you can air Destiny's statement without looking into any of it when he is explicitly like kind of when he has a reputation for denigrating his victims. I think one that you go into, if I'm not mistaken, how he sort of crazy makes his victims in a lot of cases. I think you talk about the Inept stuff, right?
Yeah.
So like,
Well, he does
I
it
think
with
Kelly
Melina,
Jean
he does it with
absolutely
everyone.
Mental stream tonight.
I think Kelly Jean absolutely
Love
has like,
this.
kind of some
Willy
reason to be upset that she would
WDTW.
just print his stuff because I think the thing that upsets her is she hangs out in DGG adjacent spaces and people still take Destiny's opinion seriously in some of those spaces. And so you air that statement and people will take that as fact. And I think there probably should be some kind of correction there to be like.
I aired Destiny's statement. I don't know if it's true or not. I think I even say like, at least I imply I don't know who Kelly Jean is. I don't know if it's true.
Sure, but I would say if you
I'm
don't know
not
that it's
publishing
true,
that is true. I have to read his statement because I reached out to him, and that's the statement he gives. If other people want to go ahead and disprove it, and hey, this is where Destiny's lying, then go do that.
I think probably it's incumbent on you, in my opinion, okay? It would be like incumbent on you for if he wants to make those allegations on other people, he probably has to prove those to you, right? Before you
I now have to go investigate this Destiny Kelly Jean nude story where she says no, that's not true.
I think probably you'd have to say, Destiny, you have to give me proof of that if I'm going to republish that, right?
What exactly are they referring to? Like, what? I'm a little confused. What? Because what does Kelly Jean have to really do with this story? I'm really not understanding exactly like what misinformation they're talking about. I'm assuming Destiny said something about her that was like wrong. Was it in Willy's video? If it was forgettable. I'm not really understanding what they're talking about.
No, because I think it's fun to have him like on there giving his washed opinion. Because if it comes out that it's all like fake, that's just funnier then, right? I mean, it lands on him.
Well, I mean, the Kelly thing is fake. Like he totally made that up to slander her.
Yeah, but how would you actually know that? What if he comes out and it isn't true? Or there is truth to that? I'm not going to tie myself to a position on that because I don't know.
So you don't have to tie yourself to a position. I was just telling you that you should ask him for proof. Probably if he's going to make those allegations, you'd say, "Oh well, do you have proof of that?" Right?
Okay. So is this your hard statement? This has been disproven?
Yeah. Well, I think that one's been disproven. The Kelly Jean part. I don't know about the last
I
part.
disagree just in the sense that because I'm going to have times
Well, if you say you think it's been disproven,
where I reach out to people.
I'm not sure that it was it. I don't know.
If they go on Hinge rant, I'm going to.
Do you
post that.
prove
Jesus,
a negative?
Wow.
How? How do you prove a negative, you fucking retard? Oh, give me evidence it doesn't happen.
Jesus
Then
Christ.
shut up.
Yeah, I would just wonder
All right. Well, okay.
why
agree with
you
you,
felt
dog.
compelled to. I would wonder why somebody.
Why I felt compelled to is
proof in your
obvious.
video. Can I? Well, hold on. You have proof that they lie about people, especially people who are critical of them, right? In the video, and then you felt compelled to republish his entire statement in full. I would just think that probably
Because
you
that's
have
his
to question
statement.
some of those things, or ask for him to prove.
I don't understand. Destiny said she spread revenge porn of him in logs to WillyMac that he parroted uncritically the motivation for Destiny doing it. But I don't understand what part of the video did WillyMac co-sign that? Is it just because it's inside of his response? Okay.
Some of those things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't want to go on a Kelly Jean arc. That's essentially all it is. I didn't want to go down another
Yeah, it sounds like you didn't want. Okay, that makes sense to me.
No,
rabbit
it's
hole.
not a Kelly. It's literally not a Kelly Jean arc. It would be a like, hey Destiny, if I want to print that or if I want to show that, I need proof of that from you, right?
Okay.
I think that's pretty reasonable. isn't it?
Even then,
I mean,
even if it's
I
not.
want
WillyMac
I
and
want
Willy
to
Smack
print it,
until
so
I
I would have
turned
printed
his
it anyway,
WillyMac.
but it would have been better if I said, do you have proof of that? And then if he goes no, then I could run that.
Well,
I
just
suppose.
having, or just
That would be better. That would
even
make
if
the video
just
better.
in the video noting the fact that he's throwing out these allegations against other people, that you don't know if they're true or not,
Well,
like making some sort of clear note.
Yeah,
of it.
I mean, sure, if that's the case, then he should have confirmed with that. If he spread it, I don't really know. Biologically, Willy shouldn't have posted anything Destiny says. Yeah, I listen, I don't know exactly what they're talking about. Maybe he should have reached out to her, I guess. I do think that, though, there's a difference in severity, considering we've already talked about the difference between it like 5 times in this video. It's obvious that the behaviors that President Sunday engaged in were much worse. Well, not much worse than Destiny's, but like that was the focus of the conversation, right? And he did some disgusting shit just to go forward with the story.
I don't know if it's true.
Yeah. I just think it wasn't
Yeah,
quite clear
so-
in the video. It's sort of repeated as though it could just be true. It's just like any old statement. But I feel like if there's a specific serious allegation there, maybe it's a good idea, especially when we're talking about like ethics and running narratives about people and all this stuff. I think it's probably a good idea in that video to just say, I'm not sure about this allegation. I've got no grounding for this allegation.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. And then, like, extending from that, I think I talked to you a little bit, and from what we talked about, I basically said he's making things up entirely, like whole cloth, making things up about me and my Discord, like in his DGG chat. So I think you had a good reason to believe that he is just making things up.
Well, I don't know
right?
whether I can
And
believe
then-
you or not. Either. Like, I don't know anything about you.
Sure, but you didn't look any further into it. You just said thanks for letting me know.
No, because well, I guess, but I don't want to make a
You
JSON
don't think that's an
video
important
either.
part of the Destiny? You don't think that's an important part of the Destiny video, including all the things
That
he
he's-
said
that he's
about
lying about
his
you?
victims
No,
and people
I-
supporting his victims? No, there's a
Well,
huge
of
part of
course
this
it is.
video
I do
that could have been
cover that. I do
that could have
cover
been
that.
him like denigrating his victims, right? No, I mean, like, did you include him talking shit about Cherry and leaking DMs with Cherry? While saying, but by the way,
No.
while
Well, I think that he did put it in there that there was that allegation. I'm pretty sure that was in the WillyMac video. He mentioned it.
Telling you, so you just took his word for it that he's under litigation, so he can't answer any questions. But he did take time out of his day to leak DMs with Cherry to try to shit on her.
I didn't know he
Right,
did leak
in his
DMs with
public
Cherry.
chat. Sure,
What
but
the fuck is it? This public
I'm
chat's that
saying-
one that reads down to up, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that you kind of took his word for a lot of things and didn't really dig
Where
deeper
did
on
I
them.
I don't
Like,
understand.
I don't think he took his word. He got a basically a litigated response from Destiny, and he's like, "Oh, here, I'm going to include it." Like, what?
Took his word from him. All I did was read his
just on
statement.
that
I don't know if it's
But
true.
he couldn't comment because of litigation, right? But he's been commenting despite litigation many times.
If he's okay, if he doesn't comment to me because of litigation, I mean, what do I? I'm just reading his. I'm reading his statement.
I
What do you mean?
think that would be like
you
a
think
really-
he's lying
don't you
about
think
illegal
that's like a good part
things?
of the
No, I
video?
don't think that's interesting. People do that all the time. Everyone who gets in illegal shit does that, where they go, "I can't comment because of litigation," and then they leak some shit where they shouldn't. That happens all the time, bro.
Okay. You don't think that's like relevant to the video?
I don't think that's that.
I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. What the fuck? Like, at this point, it sounds like they desperately wanted WillyMac to engage in some really obscure shit that like very few people knew about, except for people who are obsessed with this situation. Because I have no idea what the fuck they're on about. He had Destiny's statement included, and he said some things that couldn't be confirmed necessarily. And I don't think WillyMac said, "Oh my god, all of this is true. Everything he's saying."
Major of a point. Like I talk all through the video. There's times where he's talking when he shouldn't, and I play it.
Okay. I would just think that if you're, I feel like this feels like an adjacent argument to the Sunday one, where there's like some hypocrisy going on here.
Not really.
and
I don't understand it as
they're
hypocrisy because one is Sunday just. One, I don't care about the victims. I care about getting it right and just doing the bare minimum. All right, he didn't do the bare minimum.
Base.
I don't think Beckett did the bare minimum to a degree. Beckett's was not as bad, to be clear. It was not Sunday level slander. Okay. But Sunday just
I don't care about
fabricated
Sunday
implication.
at all.
Okay, well that's what the video
I'm
is.
just saying-
This is too much brain rot, dude. So fucking true, King.
It feels like an adjacent argument where like you kind of just let this guy propagate like the things he wanted and didn't question them. And I feel like if you question them, that's like a good part of the video you could add. There's probably like
Well, didn't he reach out to her too, and she was able to make whatever statement she wanted to?
I agree. I would
5,
have made
6,
the
7
video
minutes of
better.
runtime. That would have been good.
Well, I wasn't going to go down a 7-minute rabbit hole. I just would have said, "Can you provide evidence for that?" And if he says no, then I would add that to the video. That would be it.
Sure.
The video's already
Yeah,
40 minutes long. I could make the video infinitely big on Destiny. Destiny's a huge character with a ton of lore and all these stupid fucking little side characters, right? I gotta end it at some point, dude.
Sure, but
Yeah.
I think did you spend more time on Sunday and Beckett or Destiny in this video? Because it felt like it was
Destiny is
maybe
more
some
time on
information.
Destiny.
It's more time on Destiny. It is, yeah.
Destiny is 20 minutes
Yeah,
of the video.
so-
One, it doesn't matter. It's my video. I can do whatever the fuck I want with it. But
You totally
2/3
can.
of the video
I'm
is about
asking.
2/3 of the video is about Destiny.
Okay.
I don't get what that. I don't even know what that would change, but
Well, now the suggestion is that you didn't spend enough time on Destiny because you're trying to do some kind of a sweep for him or something. That's kind of the argument that seems to be being like made or indirectly made.
because one part of the video is about here's a victim, and then the second part of the video is about here's how people that cover this poorly can get in the way of the victim. That's what the video is.
Okay. I would just imagine if you wanted to cover it from that way, then probably the people getting in the primary person getting in the way of the victim with the biggest platform is Destiny, right? And then you did
But he talked about Destiny. What?
No,
include
because
any
the
of that
victim.
stuff.
How is Destiny getting
He's
in
like
the way of the
directing
victim?
harassment. Was directing harassment at people, right?
He's directing direct harassment at Pixie.
The Cherry.
Cherry.
Okay, well I reached out to.
Well, Cherry's like an unconfirmed victim that said that he, I think that her claim was that she unconsensually recorded them sleeping together or something, or I don't remember this, and which might be true. I don't really know, but I don't remember the specifics. But it's not like there's nothing there. But he said, she said. So what are you supposed to claim? Like, what are you supposed to do with that?
That feels like a critical.
My understanding, because I actually know too much of this lore. I think that this guy that's talking, the J Schlatt, I think that he's seen. She showed him things in private that they're not willing to show anybody else, and so he might have insider information about this, about how maybe she's a confirmed victim. That might be the case, and so that's why he's pushing so hard. But like nobody else has that information, so there's nothing that people could do with it.
Critical narrative.
I reached out to Cherry to get information, and Cherry wouldn't give me any. So
Do you
guess
think
what?
that's- hold on.
that's
But there are a ton of people around Cherry who could have given you information. Me specifically.
Okay. So why didn't she direct him to you? This is what I'm talking about. He's like, hey, I tried to reach out to her to get more on her statement, and she didn't want to talk to me. So this guy's like, well, why didn't you talk to me? Who the fuck are you, bro? And why, if she wanted you to speak on her behalf, why wouldn't she just be like, hey, talk to this guy instead? What he's saying makes no sense. This is like what I'm talking about. It's so childish. Like, WillyMac literally cannot win. It doesn't matter what he says. They're going to be like, well, why didn't you, why didn't you get on a pogo stick and fucking, what are you talking about?
I don't know who the
plenty
fucking
happening.
people
I mean,
are.
it's all
Bro.
like
I don't know
public
you
as
know
well.
Cherry.
It's all like
I mean,
public
this is
as well.
ridiculous.
It's public.
Also, just so you know,
don't know
public
these
statements from
characters,
Cherry
but
have public statements from Cherry on her Twitter around this timeline would have given you a solid hint of him harassing people and directing harassment at
A
people.
solid hint? Okay, well, he reached out to her. Like right now, what we're saying is that when somebody wants to do like some kind of a investigation on a situation, they have to, instead of just asking the person directly, they have to go and discover everything for themselves. Like what do you mean? Like they're asking the person who made the statements. Why wouldn't she direct him to that? Be like, oh, check these out. Read through these. Here's my source. What?
I did look at Cherry's Twitter, and I did use some of her tweets. It's just hard for me to tell. Like she shows a clip of Dan talking like pretty vaguely, and then like she shows a clip of like your stream, but it's like I don't really know the context of what's going on. You know?
I mean, I'm sure it's not too hard to figure out the context. It sounds quite lazy.
Yeah, so you should watch the last 5 years of my stream to understand what's going on.
Reach out to Cherry, and she doesn't give me anything. At the end of the time, that's a dead end at that point.
Well, you've all the context. It's like public events.
All it takes is being not lazy. Was something you said earlier today.
Bro, these guys are fucking losers, dude. Oh my god. He reached out to the people that were relevant, and they didn't want to like this Cherry girl didn't want to respond. So what is he supposed to do? Oh well, you should go and watch my what else is there? Like this guy seems like he's inserting himself into the story when he's not as relevant as he thinks. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but like it's not. What are you talking about? These people, I don't know, man. There's a lot of people who I think maybe they think a little too highly of themselves. Maybe that's where a lot of this is coming from. You guys think a little too highly of yourself.
Wait, dude, all it takes is not being lazy.
All it takes is not being lazy and reaching out to the victim who's the main character. I did reach out.
But it's not just, right? Yeah, it's not just reaching out to the victim.
Okay,
you should research the public events too, right?
I still got statements from Pixie's side. I did not get statements from Cherry. How are we not acknowledging that what I'm saying is just obviously makes so much sense?
I think you didn't include the part where Cherry is saying that he is harassing her publicly, and she tells you explicitly, apparently.
She didn't tell me explicitly anything.
Go look. What I posted publicly is all I would have to contribute. So she's basically saying, go, like, if there's anything you want from me, I will post it publicly.
And I did look at her tweets.
Is that what she said? Go look at anything I posted publicly? Sorry, that's not enough. Like that's a problem. If someone says like, "Hey, I want to reach out to you for your side of the story," and you're like, "Just go look at my tweets." Like what tweets specifically? Like what's the specific? What specifically should you look? It's too vague. Like I find it so interesting that these people claim to be such a massive victim of Destiny, but then when fucking WillyMac reaches out to get the information, you're like, "Oh, everything's out there. You just go read it yourself." Wouldn't this be your opportunity to like get your perspective and your take out there? Why are you being so weird and lazy about it? It doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
Publicly.
All right, link me her tweet right now. That's the big thing with all the information.
I don't know if there's like an archival tweet for this, but there were tweets about it, right?
But you can't look at more than one tweet. Like, you can't do a bare minimum look at.
These guys, bro, these guys have too much shit going. These guys don't have enough things going on in their day. Just go read through her entire Twitter. Fuck that.
Look at more than one tweet, Willie.
I looked at a ton of her tweets.
If I ask somebody a question like, "Hey, can you give me more information about this?" and they're like, "Go look at my tweets," I'd be like, "Okay, I'm not going to include you in the story." I would just tell them the flat out. I'm like, "You're like, go fuck yourself. Like, you're telling me to go fuck myself, so I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself." What?
Queeman, you're such an instigator.
Well, yeah, well, of course I am. But there is a point here that I think you're hand-wringing about how lazy other people are. You're talking about private information.
Are these guys like all friends that feel upset that WillyMac is pushing their other friends on some of these things?
Saying doing due diligence on private information, asking people to comment privately when you haven't looked even all the public information.
Dude, I reached out to Cherry privately because publicly,
and she directed you towards the public content.
She didn't direct me to anything specifically. She just said what I said publicly is
this. Said, go look
That's all she said to me.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's the one about me targeting me.
Play this right now, dude. Let's see it. Where's the big bombshell in these?
Oh, the bigger bombshell is him leaking a whole bunch of stuff about Cherry, but it seems like she didn't actually go tweet about it. I did though.
So then why didn't she talk about? I don't understand. This was her opportunity. WillyMac was covering it.
Bro, what the fuck are we talking about then? I gotta keep up with J-Stock for the drama? I mean, this is absurd, guys.
Wait, hold on. So Cherry tweeted this.
Can you stop talking for 1 second?
Just to be... No. I just want to make my point here.
Just to be clear, you've gotten
on Beckett for being lazy. You've gotten on Beckett for being lazy. And then Cherry tweets this about Desi harassing me, and I've never been reached out to by you about this. And the things you did reach out to me to, I basically said Desi's making that up entirely, asked him for proof, and you didn't do either of those things. You didn't reach out to me about this. You didn't reach out, or you didn't actually...
I reached out to you about
any further on the stuff that I... Yeah. So that whole Hannah thing, where he made up like a whole bunch of shit about how I was messaging her or something, you didn't look into that at all?
I kind of forget because this was a long time ago. I might have just dropped it because I just thought it was too big of a rabbit hole and I didn't understand it. So I don't go.
Bro, what the fuck? You made a Warrior 2? What the fuck is this? Why do you always make everything I make, P? What the fuck?
Stories I don't fully understand.
Sorry.
I don't go promote stories. I don't fully get.
I actually messaged you on the 30th of January and said he defamed my Discord and is trying to threaten potential witnesses / victims in it. It's actually disgusting. Wanted his audience to care for the docs of 2 of my Discord users are. By the way, in that same thread of the docs that he pointed people to, he actually points people to the revenge porn videos.
Great. Then Cherry should have pointed him directly to this.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
You logs.
Sometimes victims don't want to rehash it out to them. That's fine. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's fine. But I mean, he asked for specific information. She didn't want to be willing to get it. He's done his due diligence. That's pretty much the point that I'm making here.
Okay. Well, I mean, I told you about him pointing at the docs of 2 people who are in my Discord, right?
Okay. I don't know. Let me just see.
Just said, "LOL, what?" And then I follow up, and then you.
He's butthurt he wasn't mentioned in the video. True. Well, I mean, here's the thing. You don't get cloud bumps anyway. I've been mentioned in tons of like huge content creators' videos. You don't really get a bump from it. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, basically, like I tell you, this is happening, and then you don't. Like, you could just ask me for anything.
Trying to threaten potential witnesses and victims. Yeah, I think I just didn't want to go down this fucking rabbit hole because I'm reading all these fucking things, and I'm like, I'm sticking to the main story here. You know?
I mean, that makes sense. How concise is any of these these tweaks anyway? Like, how much of them can be used? How much of them can be validated or verified?
That's part of the main story.
If I go and do a second Destiny video, then maybe I would go ahead and dive into all this. Yeah, there's a time where I need to cut off.
Yeah, you can only do so much in one video. What, he's supposed to dive into Cherry? I mean, I don't know, when she's being unwilling? What?
The video, I can't research shit forever. I can't know every side character. The standard I had for
perpetrator is actively threatening victims.
How come this guy just gets to infinitely talk?
Wait, let WillyMac
go ahead.
This is fucking insane. The standard for
ahead.
Beckett is... You keep saying go ahead, and you don't let me go ahead. The standard for Beckett here is...
Shut up.
You guys are fucking failing me at this point. The standard for Beckett is to just reach out for Pixie about conversation she has. And the standard for me is I need to go down the J-Stock drama rabbit hole and get into his personal drama with his fucking moderators and Destiny doxing them, apparently. This is retarded.
So, no.
You understand that's not the same. And now you're going to fucking go on a huge 10-minute rant, bro. No, begin.
Or do you want to keep going?
Go begin. Go do it.
You reached out to me to ask about Destiny comments, and I gave you all of the stuff you needed to ask, anything clarifying from that point.
And I didn't want to go down this rabbit hole. Yes. I narrowed the side of the video. That's okay.
So
you can't do that.
You're calling a rabbit hole to make it absurd, but it is the primary perpetrator of these allegations threatening his victims, harming the victims. And you said that's why you want to go into Sunday because he was harming the victims.
I'm allowed to cut the scope. Sunday slandered the victim. He made up stuff. I'm allowed to cut the scope of the video to keep it more narrow and more straightforward and less random. I'm allowed to do that.
You're allowed to do that. I'm just arguing that this is far more in scope of a Destiny video than just going after Sunday.
So do you go and complain to every single person that makes a Destiny video and doesn't talk about your fucking corner of this shit?
Dude, that's honestly such a valid question. Oh my god.
I mean, it's retarded, man. Come on.
Hey, stop it.
No, just
stop.
Me. You just do that to me.
Well, Willie, in his defense, you are deciding to engage with these people and they just should not be engaged with. That's the reality.
I'm literally pointing out that you asked me for comment on some stuff, and I gave you stuff that would obviously be used in very important to your video.
It wasn't important to my video because I narrowed the scope because I did not want to go down this rabbit hole. That's it. Okay. Make a second video, maybe I will. All right. There's always stuff left over when you're researching videos where you're like, I don't know about this.
Sure
I'm not confident in this, and you cut shit. Like that's as simple as it is, man. Any personal edit I need to make for J-Stock? Any others?
No, you didn't do anything bad to me in this video, but I would say you platformed like an allegation against Kelly with like basically not saying, I don't know what you said precisely. I think I watched it, but I can't recall off the top of my head.
He said that Kelly Lave or Lav was sharing nudes of him.
Yes, which is
or like trading them or something. Yeah, then that's fine. Then that's for a second video. That would be something I'd use. But all I did was repeat a statement. I didn't place it as fact. All it is here's a statement after I reached out.
Okay.
And I do agree. It would be a better video. It would be a better video if I pressed him on that. I agree with you.
It would be a better video in that case. And I just think probably if you have somebody who is going to if you have somebody who's going to lie about their victims, going to like try to denigrate them or defame them, then probably it's incumbent on you to say, he provided no proof for these things or something along those lines, right? In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously didn't.
Sure, I guess he could have said that. Okay.
Provide any fucking proof. Dude, the video's about how he's lying, but I agree. I think it's worth saying that. Sure. I'll take it.
It's, here's my thing. Be more productive in your desperation to grow. Because it seems like a lot of these guys are just upset that, or this guy seems like he's upset because he's not included in on the conversation. Because apparently he claims to have information that, I don't know, whatever. Go fucking make some TikToks, bro. Go put yourself out there in a different way. What are you doing? You know, I mean, I don't know if this type of content would ever do well on like an outside platform, but go do something to grow your awareness, to get your awareness up there.
Sure.
But I don't understand how that's anywhere on the same level as me criticizing Beckett.
Yeah, but you want to pop a gut. He's awesome, dude.
What? I don't know. I wasn't saying it was on the same level. If you wanted to make a video criticizing Beckett and Sunday, and that was your primary goal, then well,
it wasn't my primary goal. The primary goal was to make a video where here's a victim, and then here's what happens when people.
Does he have a crush on that Cherry girl? Is that what you're saying? Oh, maybe. Okay. Okay.
Cover it without actually trying to do any sort of real due diligence.
Okay.
That's all the video is.
It's like a meta commentary. Got it.
It's not a meta commentary. It's pretty simple, man. It's a part 1 and 2.
All right. There's a part 2 coming? What's the part 2?
Part 2 is the
Dude, these guys are fucking losers. Oh my god. There's nothing that Willie could say that they'll ever find to be reasonable. It's not even worth talking to them.
There's 2 parts of the video, is what it means.
Yeah, WillyMac should have created a 10-hour long video.
Dude.
Okay.
There might Maybe a part 2. I don't know. I gotta look into more shit. I haven't decided what my next one's on.
Maybe my balls.
All right, is that it, Lens, or do we got anything else?
I've not got anything else. I don't know if anyone else did.
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm pretty much.
Was Kelly done yet?
Pretty much.
I think I should ask that.
Yeah,
I would love to talk to fucking Kelly if she's got anything to say that isn't just
Well, I think she DM'd
being
you.
mad. Maybe I got a lot of
Don't talk to women, dude.
DMs here.
Stop.
I mean, look. Kelly Jean.
Sorry,
Send me a
purple
tweet.
pastry. You wanted to get in. What did you have something to say here? Something to add?
Oh, I just want to tell WillyMac. I mean, I just feel like he should probably know that
Are you
Jason was,
trolling?
like,
It's a big troll.
arguing
Are
in
you trolling right now?
literally bad face. Well, I mean, you could argue it's a troll, but I'm really trying to get
Why,
Okay.
why would you not let him talk?
Because he said that you could argue it's a troll, so I'm not. I don't want to know where that ends. Okay.
My bad. My audio cut out. I didn't hear him say that. Just for instance, just for reference, I never made a Discord with Lav. I was never in Lav's Discord. I don't know who was. Who is Lav?
Yeah, he should have done a 24-hour stream, true.
Does his
Lav.
name keep getting brought up?
Lav is one of the former Destiny girls, and there was a big drama as part of the.
Did Kelly Jean and Lav and all these people have sex with Destiny?
Kelly Jean didn't. She's actually very hurt by rumors of that.
Okay.
Makes a big stand on not fucking Destiny.
She doesn't seem mad.
No, Beckett's not President Sunday. I like how President Sunday. I think my favorite part of this is that that President Sunday guy was like giving money to these guys. He's like donating to them, calling WillyMac stupid. But it's like, dude, just join the fucking chat. Like you are the part of the subject here.
Mad at me in these tweets. I don't know why she was so mad at me on here. I never made a Discord or shit around sex tips, and I have no clue why he made this up. I mean, that's fucking that's a big deal if that's true.
Here
Come
we go.
on, don't call me a donkey, dude.
If you're rude to me, I'll be rude back.
All right, I'll stop being rude to you, Kelly.
What do you want?
I mean, I don't know what I want. I'm just seeing what you're writing on Twitter now.
Wait, why is she on Twitter?
Is there anything you want to say? And besides,
You
is
said
it
you
literally
wanted
just
to-
you can't prove a
You
negative?
said you wanted to talk to me. I had a clip.
No, I
that
was
says-
thinking later if I could
What?
actually look into some stuff and ask some people stuff.
Why didn't you do this first? I don't. Also, how can you not
Because
know
I'm
who
a-
fucking
because
Lav
I'm
is?
WillyMac, don't bother with these guys. Don't let these guys bully you into making the content that they want you to make. Just on principle. Because they're fucking weird. And they're obsessed. They're never going to be happy. Don't let them pressure you into doing something. Because then they're going to feel like they got their fucking hooks in you. And that you'll do anything that they ask. Fuck these people.
How do you know? No, I know it's not about me, you twat. Nobody said that at any
You don't
point.
seem to know that, bro. You keep getting
No,
mad at me.
everybody else is very aware what the video is about. Okay, you are apparently not aware about all of the side characters that you're including in your video for reasons that they don't even need to be there.
I
You don't
really
even know-
didn't include
if
you at all.
If you don't know who Lav is, why read that out? You don't know who I am apparently.
Because
Why
it was
read
his
out?
statement. That's why I reached out for a statement.
And,
That's
yeah,
what he
and
said.
you don't know that Justico is
Are they just talking about when WillyMac read out the statement? Is that all this is about? That's what this is all about, reading out a statement and like not giving commentary on it. Just be like, hey, this is the statement Destiny gave us. Is that what this whole thing is about? They're pressing him right now over this is so stupid.
friends of Cherry. You don't seem to know a lot, but you felt educated enough to make
She's
a video.
just
I also thought Lauren
Very
Southern was
interesting.
accusing Destiny of recording sex or something, which I thought was funny. Although that's a different podcast.
Oh, that was on yeah, I didn't realize it was a different Lauren. There's so many of you guys.
Wow,
fucking
top-tier
insane.
fucking research. Read out Kiwi
Well, I mean,
forms
does
and all, right?
it fucking change anything?
Yes,
What?
it does. I mean, do you want
Did anyone bring
inaccuracies
up
in your
how
video,
Destiny
or
had
you
a
just don't
victim?
care?
No, I don't, but what inaccuracy is in my video, Kelly?
No, we don't have the confirmation that the cherry story is real, and then she didn't want to comment on it, so it's kind of difficult.
In their
We've already
evidence.
pointed that out
And when
to you.
working
No, it's like
together.
just a fucking point that Destiny made, which I wasn't even co-signing, Kelly. You're just like mad at me.
If you're not
Small
critical,
shit.
if you're not critical of something when you're reading it out, and then you,
You
just
came
want to
away
add in
from my
your
video going, I'm
and
not
then-
critical of Destiny.
and then you read out your opinion statement, which is crazy women, then yeah, obviously I'm gonna be pissed.
I mean, I think
So
the
you
point
sit
was
there and pretend like you don't care, you don't
The
know
point-
who any of these people are. I'm just
point
like,
of-
well, don't
the point-
speak then.
the point of
You're supposed to know about every single person. This is just so stupid.
the statement is, if all of these women that Destiny claims are crazy are actually crazy, well, dude, at what point is that on him? Let's say they all are crazy and they're all like bipolar or whatever the fuck the rumor is for Mr. Girl, right?
Well, didn't I? And maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like WillyMac mentioned. I'm pretty sure in WillyMac's video, one of the things he said is that if a lot of the girls that Destiny's interacting with are like crazy or vulnerable or whatever, then it's like maybe there's a pattern there. Did he not say something like? I mean, I know I did. Like, why are you continuously interacting with crazy women? It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like, some people could construe that he's looking to go after vulnerable women or like women that people won't believe if he fucks them over. I feel like he said something along those lines. No,
Right? Dude, that Destiny is still a fucking psycho for that. That makes him even more psycho. if these girls are all actually crazy. So he's either lying or he's literally like targeting BPD girls.
Or simply being around him
That's the
makes
point.
people unstable. But the point is, there was no need
Don't
to
admit
call...
that, Kelly. Fucking
This is all these people literally do all day. They sit on stream for 12 hours and not minding their own business. Damn, be a little more constructive, bro. You don't need to stream for 12 hours to be productive, okay? I stream for like 3 or 4 hours, and then you spend time doing something else. You know, getting your content out there. Although I don't know who would want to consume this. So.
There's no need. Also, craziness is like not the word you should be using either. I was just like, and there was no need to like say it there. Because like that's being, if you're calling the women crazy, you're being dismissive of them.
I'm saying even if they are crazy, that says more about Destiny
than
it does about...
No.
It's not saying anything about it. It's not being dismissive of them at all. It's just, it's showing that there's like a pattern, it seems, from Destiny to go after. I'm not trying to use the word like go after or be super pointed in the language, but like it seems like he's either he's attracted to crazy women, so these things happen to him, or he goes after crazy women because people don't believe him. I don't really know. He's a piece of shit, so I wouldn't doubt it. That's pretty much it.
No, because like you're still calling them crazy. That's still incredibly insulting to them. Hello?
I don't care if you're insulted, Kelly.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I don't care that you get insulted if I come in and scream at you.
Well, you're like nitpicking me, and I just have to draw a line at some point where it's like this criticism I don't think is valid.
Your video is a bunch of condescending nitpicking.
Wow, well, nobody's ever really going to truly know your complaint in any meaningful capacity, so.
Nitpicking what?
Nitpicking Sunday, nitpicking Beckett. It's
just
like,
nitpicking Sunday when he
yes,
literally
you're doing
makes
the
up what is
same
said?
thing.
I didn't make up
Except
anything.
you don't even know who half of the people involved are.
It's not even necessary, honestly.
It's not necessary. Well, I think if you're going to be like hypercritical of other people, you probably shouldn't have like so many negatives in like the same arena. It's just like
the
you just
fact
like
that you think it is the same, Kelly, is fucking crazy. You should not be saying that because it's so obviously not. Everybody agreed that it's not.
I'm sorry.
You're the only one that thinks it's not the same.
The same means you're making the same mistakes, not about the same thing.
Dude, nobody thinks it's the same mistake, Kelly.
It has to be because you're doing the same thing, just in something that you think is more insignificant.
That's
your reasoning. That part of the video is insignificant, therefore I don't care.
Wait,
one is
Destiny making the claim. The other one is Sunday making the claim. I did not make the claim.
What claim are you talking about now? You're just yapping.
Well,
Wow, same can be said for you. What is happening right now?
You were complaining to me.
Sunday
I feel like we had this conversation. Is this even worth talking about again?
So Kelly, all he's saying is that Sunday made the allegation of extortion. Sunday said Pixie is extorting Destiny. Whereas in the case of Willy simply showed Destiny saying that you...
What Destiny said, that's it. That's all it is.
He's got all kinds of criticism for Sunday and no criticism for Destiny on that front.
Well,
right?
Sunday
the whole video was a criticism to Destiny. What are you talking about?
made it up. I didn't make up anything.
I think Willy would say it's
Destiny made something up, which you've now admitted you feel like Destiny has made something up.
I didn't know if Destiny made that up or not. I had no idea. I did know Sunday made that up. That's it. That's as simple as that. I mean, it's really...
We're gonna
this is so obvious.
President Sunday, he put in his own narrative to his video, right? You read out the narrative of somebody else without being critical of it at all, and then added your opinion afterwards.
Crazy.
It's not any better. Yes, you did. If you call women crazy, that was your opinion.
I'm saying even if they all are crazy, that has to do with... I'm saying even if they are crazy, that says more about Destiny.
That's not what you said.
What did I say?
You want a direct quote? It's like literally after you speak about me and Lav, you say crazy women, and then you say
what did I say specifically about crazy women?
But that assumes that they are crazy.
I'm saying even if they are crazy,
maybe they are. They probably are.
They're
dating Destiny. They're probably fucking crazy.
Destiny.
Why?
That's the point.
You didn't say even if they are for me.
And well, I didn't, but that's what I'm saying.
The statement that directly follows after it does not say that, or I wouldn't be irritated.
All right. Let's just see what I said see what I said.
I'm looking for it now.
Are you streaming it? Because we can't see.
Yeah, he's streaming it.
I'll put it on the Discord. Right, confronting Destiny is this section, right? So, whereabouts it happened?
Crazy conspiratorial nonsense. I assume he's talking about Mr. Girl's document where he lists every girl who has ever had a problem that are foreseen and unforeseen to me right now. And there's a possibility that I say something that feels true but ends up not being true in the future. That gives an example of how seemingly throwaway comments can lead to big consequences. He's right, because what is he supposed to do? Incriminate himself?
He's like playing his video fast, and I have them playing fast, so I'm going to lower their speed for a minute.
Going to let the legal process play out. So I asked Destiny if there was any false narratives being pushed, and if there was anything you wanted me to say that wasn't already public. He replied with people validating prior individuals who are insane despite there being no evidence to validate them is crazy conspiratorial nonsense. I assume he's talking about Mr. Girl's document where he lists the most insane assumptions about a man and have no problem engaging with people who are insanely toxic when it comes to male victims of any kind of weird sexual shit. He defended himself a bit more on Twitter against Nick, saying no expectation for Kiwi Farms being the crazy women are part of this guy's life. At what point can I victim
What do you know about Mr. Girl?
Because you caused all this. There is no expectation for Kiwi Farms being the good guy. They have the leaks because you shared them with Rose.
Mr. Girl said he was going to fuck like a 11-year-olds.
Okay. What the fuck is happening here? What are they complaining about at this point?
Okay, but how could you possibly know about Mr. Girl and not Lav?
Everyone knows about Mr. Girl.
Dude, nobody, not for nothing. Lav is insane, just to be clear. She is. I had like a weird interaction with her a while ago. I made this video. I forgot, but she made this absolute like dumb fucking claim about some dude, like, and I covered it. It was TikTok drama. It probably is on my other account. I don't care to like share it because I don't give a shit. Like on my archive account. And I remember I went in there once and talked to her a little bit, and she's like, "Oh, I don't like you because of this." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I don't really remember what's going on." And then like I looked back at it, and she was like, well, "I think she was making false allegations against some dude." So she is fucking crazy. That doesn't mean that Destiny didn't wrong her, but he seems to surround himself with the worst of the worst. That just seems to be his thing to do. So.
One girl was like a big viral character.
Okay, Mr. Didn't say he didn't say he wanted to fuck 11-year-olds. Okay, he said he was attracted to yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I would differentiate those. It's okay. Hey, I don't want to fuck 11-year-olds. I'm just attracted to them. What a fucking defense. Incredible.
Crazy, yeah, go back to the first sentence. He just says these crazy.
Yeah, I know. Again, nobody cares about you being the victim because you caused all this. There is no expectation for Kiwi Farms being the good guy. They have the least because you shared them the roads. He goes on to say that people named Lying Polly Jane have distributed his news, revenge porn, a literal true sex. How many crazy women are part of this guy's life? At what point did I victim
Yes. How many crazy women are part of this guy's life? Brilliant.
Probably all of them. All of them are crazy.
Thank you.
At what point
he said insane before that as well.
Okay.
I guess you got me. Fuck. I thought I did say something different. That must have been at a different part of the video.
Who cares?
Well, Kelly,
they're fucking crazy.
Sorry, I assumed you were crazy.
Yeah, well, she's clearly crazy, by the way. These people are all fucking crazy.
Is that why you called me crazy like 15 minutes ago?
Well, I think you are kind of crazy, but I was wrong.
Based on the fact that I'm entertaining
entertaining.
I think you're a retard.
You are entertaining.
Who is she entertaining to? How big of a content creator is she to be entertaining?
I feel like, hold on, if you felt like somebody was making up something totally baseless about you, like a sex criminal, and then other YouTubers were like pushing that claim for them, wouldn't you get upset? I feel like that's like the definition of being, you pushed the claim, you literally called the women he hangs out with insane, and you repeated it without even questioning it.
Yeah, they are, so.
So I'm saying that seems like something reasonable to get annoyed about.
No, probably not. You guys are all fucking insane. You're all weirdos.
None of these women, none of these women Destiny's had problems with being crazy. I didn't accuse you of doing this, Kelly. You're
no, I said Destiny is accusing me of a crime.
Yeah, he's accusing you of this. Yeah, I agree. That is bad. But I don't know enough about you to go defend you. So I would have to.
You have me added on Discord. You have me added on Twitter. You could have sent me a message. Be like, hey, Kelly, I got this thing. Want to make a comment?
Okay.
I think that would have been worth doing. I agree. But again, I wasn't putting that out there as like a true story. It was just what he's saying. I figured no matter what, you would comment after this. I don't think the takeaway from people is that, oh, that's actually true. He is.
I don't think anybody gives a fuck about whoever Kelly Jean is. Let's just be real. Like, this whole thing does not matter.
Going ahead and doing all this shit. Or if it is, then that's on him. You know?
Okay.
You're aware this is his narrative that he wants to go with, right? And this is the narrative that's in response to the narratives that he's mad about. Okay, so like, you ask him what narratives are lies about you, and then he gives a lie. Yeah.
Dude, that's a huge deal if that's true. I agree.
Yes. So it looks awful. And not being critical of it, or even just putting these...
Like, we're acting like there was massive emphasis on this story. He's like, there's other people saying wrong things about me, blah, blah, blah. And then that was pretty much it. It wasn't this whole entire thing that needed to be investigated. Okay.
I haven't looked into this.
Notice how Willy is willing to take an L on Sunday and Beckett refused to.
Notice how President Sunday was in the chat and decided not to have a conversation with him. It's fucking crazy.
Because not everyone has critical thinking skills. A lot of people just sit there, watch a video, and assume whatever the fuck is in it is accurate.
Crazy.
I mean, I don't think that... Okay, let's just move on because we've circled this like 3 times. Is all the girls Destiny has talked about, is that all lies like that they're crazy? There's not one that... Is there any that are like... Is Mr. Girl's article like totally correct?
What is the purpose of this question?
Yeah. Someone might be crazy.
Is Mr. Girl's article accurate?
Maybe this is why like people don't watch their content, because it just seems to be like beating a dead horse on something. Hey, WillyMac, you probably should have reached out to this girl, this very obscure person in the story, and got her opinion. Oh yeah, that's true. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, cool. We got it. We got very far away from like the original problem of President Sunday lying to create this whole narrative so he could justify coming forward with the story. But okay,
he doesn't cite anything in it, so I couldn't actually like use it as like
me when I forget to ask about a side character in the story. Oh, you're a horrible person. Me when I lie about somebody extorting money out of someone else, so I could justify making a video that'll upset them and make it more difficult for them to get compensation they deserve. Oh, that's not a big deal. Woo.
Is very accurate from what I've seen.
What do you define as crazy? Are you asking if any of the women have done anything as bad as he has done? The answer is no.
Okay.
Well, when he writes off that they're all like BPD, is that true?
It doesn't. It's like, well, I mean, whether it's true or not, it doesn't actually matter to the allegations. Like, he
it is kind of fucking interesting, though.
It's like a smear, right? It doesn't actually. They might be crazy, but I mean, that doesn't mean they're not victims, right?
No, it doesn't. But if every single girl.
I mean, if every single girl you interact with is crazy, that means that you're fucking crazy too. Like I talked about this before. Like you're like, it's not like a fucking one-off situation. If you're only interacting with really crazy women, you're probably fucking crazy too. Because here's reality, and you know, all you BPD queens, I love you. But if there's probably something wrong with the guy who's constantly getting with people that have some kind of an issue, and then something happens where they crash out. You know, like, I understand it could be difficult to be with somebody with a mental health issue, but he's constantly getting with girls that have mental health issues, and then they're having massive spiral fallouts where he makes content about it. That's not normal. So,
like, if most of them do BPD, that's kind of fucking odd. Yeah, it's like a crazy fucking thing.
All the ones that come on stream seem to have something kind of weird going on. But I mean, again, it's hard to make the argument for targeting.
Kelly, do you have BPD?
Kelly's got autism, okay? Kelly has autism. Kelly's much worse. But
Kelly, are you the girl eating popcorn in J-Stock stream?
I love how 2 hours of intense 5v5 arguing imploded into I'm sorry I called you crazy, but you do be crazy though.
Why is that your
I think, by the way, just so you know, most of the women aren't like diagnosed BPD. There's like a couple, but like most of them are not diagnosed BPD or something. It's just like a
self-diagnosing. Shit, you're even worse. Is you're a fucking crazy TikToker.
Are they self-diagnosed or what?
But this is the line of attack, right?
Self-diagnosed or something.
This is the line of attack that's happened every time. Like, Destiny's had a drop. The women are crazy. Like, and that's the primary thing that's focused on. It's what's focused on with Lav. It was what's focused on with Anavar.
Bro, Frogan is not hotter than Mika's rhetoric. Get the fuck out of here.
Focused on with his like ex-partners. Like,
why would you want to be on stream for 12 hours? Somebody in the chat said that people stream. Why would you want to stream for 12 hours? Streaming for 12 hours is boring. What?
So much so that it's become sort of a joke in the community. I think Erudite seems that, oh, he's terrible with selecting women, kind of thing. But actually, like, you look at the state of this.
I mean, he says that about himself, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think that's like, I think that's a critical point, because the way Destiny's deflected so much of probably rightful criticism for the way he's handled his relationships, especially in public. He's like, oh, they're crazy, so, you know, of course they're going to say shit about me. And like, one of my core issues is always, well, with this, has been watching people basically run the same gambit trying to do that. To deflect. It's one of the things that made me so fucking angry as I learned more about this story.
So angry.
You know, this isn't the first rodeo. Made me question like how I viewed this stuff previously, whether I've been like complicit, even in like a fucking tiny way, of dismissing victim stories when I really shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a fucking Destiny fan.
I'm not even
like, I think all you need to know about Destiny and like crazy making people is to watch him argue with Merc off the perk about her allegation that he had like tried to make a move.
Who? Another side Merc off the perk. Oh, incredible.
One night when they were sleeping together in the same bed. You have to go watch that and him call her insane repeatedly. Yeah, it's
oh, the audience calls them BPD.
It's
gotcha.
fucking insane.
Okay,
this community is.
You guys
don't know
why are you? I don't know why you would take this kind like recorded people against it. Why would you take this line? You're like literally discrediting people who are trying to.
No. I mean, inbred. That's not.
You understand? You're like a tool of him right now, right? When you do that.
By inbred.
This guy's a little obsessed with Destiny.
Right.
I mean, you didn't mean inbred as an insult.
I mean, inbred isn't. You all spawn from this Destiny community. Are all of you guys tied to DGG?
Did you just get offended by the inbred comment? Why, dude? My mom's hot as fuck.
I mean, in some ways, that we might watch Destiny.
Are you tied to DGG?
What?
No, I wasn't. I didn't come from.
I've never been to Destiny's house, bro.
Yeah.
I've never been to a studio.
We ain't been in Destiny's
community. Like, we were amoebas and we just like spawned out of DGG. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know what he's asking. These are a bunch of people who their entire content base is about Destiny. Like, everything's about Destiny. They started there. They seemed like all of them at one point had a good relationship with Destiny, and then it fell off because they're all fucking crazy. And then, you know, it explodes. They all wanted to be part of his orbit, and now they're detractors. And this is the only content they make, which is why nobody like listens to them when they cry and bitch and moan about shit, because people are just like, oh, these people are just crying and bitching and moaning. That's what it comes down to. Like, yeah, WillyMac went over there. It's part of Destiny's thing. He was trying to become more mainstream, so he's talking to different people that were like successful content creators. That was the point that he was asking.
Do you guys all know each other from that, essentially?
No, I came out.
Yeah, I came out of politics grouping, but like I've never had like a strong connection to Destiny or DGG or anything else. I know Just Ilk through Chud's community. I think it's the first time I've ever spoken to Kelly.
Okay.
Chud was one of the first people that I did the panels and stuff with when Zerko was doing them.
You guys can all like try to play 6 degrees of separation. I don't care. What relevance would this have if we came from Testy's community?
So you guys are obsessed. You know? In like a weird way. Like, they're just the way that they talk about these topics. Like, they expect everybody to have insider, like deep seated fucking information on what's going on. It's just not the case.
I'm just answering the question. Yeah, like
like, they're the kind of people that they think that you should be fully educated on everything that's happening in their world. Like, it's not. Sorry, you're not going to know who the fucking these people are.
Answering the question. But like, yeah, clearly covering Destiny drama is, I mean, Destiny isn't an unknown factor, right? The first time I saw Destiny was him arguing with Tonkasaur back in like what, 2016, 2017. So like, it's not like he's some unknown factor. He's interactive.
Every single one of them is part of Destiny's orbit, besides Beckett, who just kind of comes from Twitch poll from like 4 or 5 years ago. Ah, okay.
And crossed over with multiple communities over the years.
4 or 5 years ago. What the fuck?
He's just the reach is really far. So the story and people he's interacted with are going to have quite a lot of overlap. That's just the reality.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, I'm just wondering how everybody here knows all these characters so like this well.
Perhaps you had something to add. Okay, I'm giving you a chance. You said you're not trolling. Let's hear it.
I just wanted to say that I feel sorry for you, WillyMac. That this is like the sort of way that you have to learn this information. It's like these are the worst people you learn from. I mean, J-Stock's only doing
Why are they the worst?
Because they're doing it like for the most conceited ways. They're doing it like to cover their own ass. They're doing it because they want to like seem high and mighty. I mean, there are actually good ways that you could have like handled. I think you should talk to President Sunday. I mean, these like losers.
He was in the chat. He decided he didn't want to talk.
I'm not really going to give you any helpful information.
President Sunday's a fucking idiot.
No, I like this guy. He's calling them losers.
Yeah, bro, that guy's one of the dumbest people that covered this thing.
That's the other thing. That's the reason that you're never actually going to grow and learn as a person. So you're willing to listen to retard.
Bro, I find it really interesting that this guy's telling WillyMac there's a reason he's not going to grow when WillyMac is the most successful creator out of all of them, and he's bigger than all of them combined. He's more successful than all of them. What are they talking about? What the fuck is he? What are they talking about? What?
Or it's bad for just like J-Stock. But like Sunday, who's literally trying to save women. You just think of him, oh, he's just crazy. He's just crazy.
All right, this guy's trolling. Sunday's trying to save women. What, from him? From him? The guy's fucking weird.
Do you leaked your DMs?
Do you have any disagreements with the points I made?
Your points? Yeah, obviously.
He's so combative to this guy just fucking trolling, bro.
Oh, this guy is a troll? Okay. I think I like him. He's the only likable person out of this crew. Obviously, WillyMac, I like him, but...
Okay, listen, Willy.
You should give me any disagreements.
Talk to a the DSP of the Destiny community. He's still a Destiny Orbiter, by the way, to be clear. The DSP of the Destiny Orbiter. You'll talk to him about Sunday, an intellectual, someone actually reads, someone actually does research. Not him. Talk to the fucking clown show J-Stock for some reason. I mean, obviously, like, back in Kelly Jean there, right? Sunday. So I'm serious. Like, he didn't do anything wrong, okay? But whatever, I mean...
so he's basically, he's like that guy Smaggle.
He really didn't do anything wrong. He made up an entire angle. The one thing everyone in this call agrees with is that he's a fucking
idiot. I'm telling you to grow up, man. I'm telling you to grow up just because he lied to you in DMs. Who cares? It's like it's a fucking backstage bullshit. All right? It's like you're mad at somebody like said backstage bouncer.
It's not just about him lying. It's not just about him lying in DMs. He said that he wouldn't come out with the video because the top priority was making. If he did, he was worried that Pixie would kill herself. Right?
Yeah, he said that.
And then he said that doesn't matter anymore because how important is it to you that women don't get? I can't do this where everybody just starts talking over everybody after they answer the question.
There's a delay in Europe. I should clarify. Look at this fucking loser doing sound bullshit. What a fucking brain dead moron this guy is. Remember, he's keyjang. That's all he does.
Please, just get rid of him.
Okay, Pepsi, you had your chance.
Oh my god.
All right.
All right, that was interesting.
Dude, this is live streaming. It's the most spurgy shit ever, dude. This shit's insane.
Yeah, it's kind of just a circus now. I agree.
Yeah.
I mess with it. Their live streams are a circus. That's fucking wild.
So, bro, you talk over people immediately so combatively. It's like you just
not a human being.
So you do it to everyone,
I'm saying that guy is like subhuman. Why would we take him seriously?
He's from Malta. Just because he's from Malta, that's crazy.
It's pure racism. Just pure racism.
Okay. Well, I think we're wrapping up here. I think we're hitting something.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else, guys. I agree with I take the criticism on the when he sasays that I should have asked for something because it's something that would objectively make the video better. So I agree with that.
Okay, one last caller, Kenny. What do you want to say?
Who the fuck is this person?
You're not gonna join and just be silent, are you, bro? You're gonna.
No, I have a question. Like,
okay, why the fuck, dude? This person, if you guys can see it, has it looks like a League of Legends character. I believe it's Soraka as their picture, which insinuates that that's their waifu. You can't be listening to people with public waifus. Okay, at least for not League of Legends. Now, if it was Helen Parr from The Incredibles, that would have been a different story. And like I said, I call her Helen Parr because we are on a first name basis. Me and her.
we stop. It's like the victim is like owed something. I think once people knew that Destiny League Pixies knew, they should just made videos about it.
Yeah, people didn't really know about it though, so that's kind of the big contesting here. No,
you don't think? But what if she's trying to take stuff legally? Everybody just
I agree without her, but I don't think the point is to help the victim in the case. It's the point to notify people that Destiny's doing this stuff. I think the victim's obliged to have.
Okay, I guess I just disagree. I think the victim is bad. Like, sure, if you want to make the argument of like, hey, at the end of the day, there are people who decided to detract from Destiny because he was a piece of dog shit. That's a fair point, so that's fine if that's what you want to run with. But that's not really what's a big part of it. A big part of it is, again, President Sunday lying, right? So, but that's a nice, normal, simple take. I kind of disagree, only because I think that she should be able to operate how she wants to. But
have a good kid.
Either way, it would just
but I think the earlier
it's Star Guardian Soraka. That's crazy. He definitely jerks off to that fucking character. I've tried, but the only it's not fat enough.
You notify people, the better. I don't think we owe her to get like this solid case on Destiny.
There's literally no difference of whether it comes out now or a month later.
That is true.
Well, you could do stuff to other women in that time frame, right? In theory, if you were.
Yeah.
I guess, but then they could just join the lawsuit and get a fucking bag, dude. Then, right?
No,
I mean,
that's what I'm
okay,
saying.
well, that's not a very good argument, is it? Like, I mean, just
That's
let
what I'm
them
saying.
rape
Just because
because
you're victimized, you're not owed a good case. You're not owed money because you're victim. The reason why we.
I mean, the only thing that's going to hurt WillyMac on this talking point is that he said he doesn't care about the victims, which I don't think is necessarily true. But he was trying to make a point about something else earlier. So now he can't just be like, well, no, I think that she should get time to be able to like figure out her shit and do it how she wants to. And that was like a little bit of fucking privacy for her. So it'll be hard for him to make that point.
We're going after Destiny to notify.
Civil court exists, by the way. So yeah, it is. That's part of it.
Yeah, but I'm not civil court. That's my problem. I'm not civil court. I think why people were releasing these videos to get at Destiny to like stop his crusade against women or whatever he did, like him abusing women.
And I think there is probably an angle where you could make a video on this subject without, like, you could say fuck the court case, I don't care. I still think you should probably reach out so you actually know what you're talking about. That's it. You know, that's all I am on it. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I agree with that too. But
Okay.
You know, the whole thing is like, all right, yeah, he could victimize more women, he could share more nudes or whatever. It's like, he could. I get you. I just think getting in the way of a court case is just a fucking huge L and totally unnecessary. I think it's probably worth like trying to figure out what's going on there first.
Well, I think we'll agree with that final point, so I think we'll wrap it up here, if that's good with everyone. No one's got anything burning to get off the chest.
No, that's it.
Okay, well, guys, thank you for coming on. Hugely appreciate giving me the content, and I'll catch you all later.
Kelly, I might reach out to get a statement of you saying it's all a fucking lie if I look into that. Okay.
Okay, Kelly, you can be a bit nicer.
That sounds so enthusiastic, Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly, has any
I think that was it. I think we're done, guys. I think we're finally done with this absolute fucking brain rot. God bless us for getting through it. And Lord have mercy on our souls.